It's 2:32 in the morning. We in the booth high in the motherfucker. State gang, the mob. True sippers. We in too deep. It's a lot of motherfucking hating going on, but that ain't shit new. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. Money gotta shine, so money gotta bubble. You say you icy, but your diamonds looking super cluttered. I look like a star, call me the Big Dipper. I keep a pocket full of faces, paper ain't an issue. Shawty jockey say look like I'm signed to Def Jam. I'm independent, baby girl, I'm just going ham. She say she love my diamonds, she wanna wear my jewelry. I'm a lottery big bitch, call me Stephen Curry. Club pitch black dog, but my chest glowing. I'm kinda cocky, talking shit like I'm Terrell Owens. A Mary Jean, Jordan 12 in a white tee, look like I'm shooting a movie every day. Call me Spike Lee. Still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. I'm with a white bitch, same color in my kids. If you got your money right, you get them all white bricks. You can tell a nigga shining, take a look at my wrist. Got them all red diamond like your girl lipstick. I got these hoes sick, I got these hater mad. I'm popping rose bottle, I'm rocking Gucci tag. Got a stupid crazy swag, nothing like you wanna be. Some Texas, they Brazil, 2 for 20 up at Applebee's. I look just like a masterpiece. You should hang me on the wall when she wants some dope dick. I'm the one your bitch can call, getting money all year. Winter, summer, spring, and fall. Nickname Shawty Low, nigga, I done it all. State gang. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. Whole team shining, we stars, big dipping. Get a lot of hate, state gang in the sippers. Niggas ain't real, nigga. You gotta feel me, nigga. Smile in my face behind my back, you tryna kill me, nigga. You say you got beef, then what you wanna do? You screaming, fuck me, nah, nigga, fuck you. You ain't hard at me. Couple kick dough, couple robbery. Nigga get extorted, get aborted, he don't pay the fee. Posted in the north, got the 2 to 4 recipe. I be cooking chicken bit, not talking rotisserie. I got all my hater mad, I know that they sick of me. Who the fuck he think he is? Motherfucker MB3, I honestly pay him no attention. They up under me. Haters call me Visa cause I'm everywhere they wanna be. Ladies, man, catch me with more honeys than a bumblebee. Say she got a husband, but she always wanna suck the D. State gang, true sipper, who these nigga wanna be. I've been getting money since a younger, I've been pushing peace. Stay strapped, gotta watch your back when you're in the streets. Friends turn to foes, never know who your enemy. I was in Detroit, he ain't keep the same energy. West side down the slide, I don't think he feeling me. I was on some demon time, nigga talking about killing me. Stand no business, let's see all that shit that you gon' do to me. Come outside, why you scared? I thought that you been a G. We don't bluff, we pulling up, we different down in Tennessee. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. I done been down this dang brother Polight rabbit hole. I have. I done found a damn conspiracy. Yeah, so the video I was doing, Tommy had said he followed Dr. York And so what to expect. And so I started looking up Brother Polight and Dr. York. And then I had found Brother Polight interviewing like a victim of Dr. York's abuse. And he was kind of like shaming the dude. That was about 10 years ago. Never saw that. Yeah, that's weird for you to listen to that. Apparently, Sinetta knew a while ago that Polight liked young girls, and it was a young girl that had ran away from her mama to be with him, and Sinetta threatened to tell, like, see, that's how niggas are able to get away with shit because niggas know and they don't say nothing. So I'm gonna play that too because you blatantly you threatened the shit out of him and said, "Don't make me tell the details of a situation you knew about," and you called him a baby Dr. York, but you ain't tell. Anyway, yeah, so it's just a whole bunch of shit out of there. It's a whole bunch of weird videos. I also found the ending of the debate we were listening to last night. I found the Tommy's version of it because his shit was fucking up on Sinetta's thing. So I got the part of him and Sinetta, the last part of it. We'll listen to it first, and then we'll go get to the other 3-4 videos. Oh yeah, and then Polight had called his supporters and did another "I ain't guilty." Them charges was dropped, right? Even though he took. It's just really weird. It's weird. It gets deep. Yep, CMA. He's still at $75 3 days later. I'm a bit tired. Baby Penny had me running all over the city. She like the rest of y'all women that just decide y'all gonna celebrate y'all birthdays for the weekend instead of just a day and stuff. So there's that. All right. Let me cue this up. I'm gonna put it in double speed because this really ain't the main part of the show. I just wanted it to finish the end because I know Proof is like they do argue like yeah on this part because Chubby had cut off for some. It was like 2 different streams. She did out there. And why you wasn't suited and booted out there with them brothers? Man?
One, they didn't call me number 2 on all 4 of the Second Amendment. I'm the one who carries several damn guns.
Yes, I know.
One who has several damn guns. One of the main things I've been saying is telling black people to go out and arm themselves. I'm a huge believer in that. And you know what the Democrats are doing? Trying to take those guns away from a group of people who, without guns, they become more vulnerable in this United States of America. They become more of a target. And I will never in my fucking life vote for someone who's trying to take the guns away. Because the group who barely have enough guns to be able to protect themselves is going to be the group that's hurt when they enact these policies. So if you listen to what the Democrats are doing, they're constantly talking about gun control. And how does gun control work in all these liberal cities where they have the most gun control? We have the most violence. But I don't want to sit and argue these points anymore because I actually see people dying every day. And I've had family members who's died from this shit. And I don't think any of this is funny when it comes down to us voting. I don't think any of this is funny. And the fact that y'all would rather sit here and make these dumbass jokes and shit instead of deal with something that's real. This shit is real. People are dying. It's not funny. It's not a game. So you can call me crispy as all you motherfucking want. But I ain't the one out there hollering hands up, don't shoot. So for as crispy as I motherfucking am, why don't you go fuck with some white people like you do me? Do that. Fuck with them white people with your smart ass mouth.
I think they call you that because they see that it bothers you.
Exactly. Why would you ever say, well, I'd rather bother the person who's speaking? Think about what you just said. By that logic, if a white man just sit around and call black folks niggas, stop getting mad. You know why white folks call you niggas? Because they know it bothers you.
Seriously. If it was just about bothering us, I think the word would mean less.
I don't think those talking points are. Hopefully you tell them that. I didn't know we were going to be sarcastic. But if we're going to use sarcasm to win our...
I think this is cut up. Never mind. Back to the main course. Where am I starting off? Video for live. Let's see here. Oh, here we go.
That are incarcerated in America.
Brother Polight makes phone call to his supporters saying he's innocent. He still ain't going. He's still saying he's innocent out here in the streets. Still innocent. That's what he said. Whatever the truth. Say there.
Roll Tide, go Sooners.
You said who?
Roll Tide, go Sooners.
I ain't even had a chance to look at no damn football scores today.
I was wondering what you ain't watch football today?
Like, Petty, she had been cut to her folks, and it's just been a busy day.
Is she having a happy birthday? Did she have a happy birthday?
She
Damn.
did. She swamped. I'm swamped. Yeah, get up and do it all over again tomorrow.
What is this? Her birthday weekend. You have to celebrate Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's bullshit. Don't
No, it's
even.
not. No, it's not. No, she's a diva.
That's bullshit.
Oklahoma playing their ass off. Oh, Texas.
Who they playing?
Texas.
Oh yeah, good, good. Texas beat Alabama. Good. Get them, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Whatever they. I don't even know. I don't even know what they mascot is. Go Sooners or whatever.
it's the Buffalo.
What
Look
it
like
is.
it's a Longhorn.
It's
Baby.
a wagon. Them folk mascot a damn wagon.
It's not a wagon.
It is. Oklahoma mascot is a wagon.
Is it a wagon? Oh, the Texas is the Longhorn. Oh my God! How you have a wagon as a mascot?
Exactly. The Oregon Trail.
This is a hell of a football game. Trey, you missed a good one. They was trailing 70-28. They done came all the way back. 48-41. This shit is good as hell.
48-41. Oklahoma up.
Yeah.
Texas ain't going no shit.
Now Texas
This is
been playing.
like year two of their rebuild, so they right back in contention.
Trump said them gave up. They was playing.
Yeah,
Alabama
here's this.
we kicked their ass.
Here's this
All right.
phone
Let's
call he made to his supporters. Still saying he didn't do it, even though he took a plea.
The spiritual sojourns that ever made in my life was when I went to Scotland. The Gold Coast.
Huh?
He took the plea, so is he locked up now or is he still out?
He's still making social media posts, so I don't think he's had to turn himself in yet.
Oh, okay.
It's an experience that's going to resonate with me for the rest of my life. When I went there, I got to go to the dungeons where they held captive our brothers and sisters at the inception of the slave trade, bringing us from Africa into America. I even touched the shackles there and emulated.
He done turned his damn situation into slavery. Son of a bitch.
What I can conceive to be a state of involuntary servitude while in Africa. I felt it through my bones. I just know. I felt the spirit of my ancestors there. And crazily enough, the same scenario still perpetuates itself here in America today, more covertly by way of the prison industrial complex. So many black men, people in general, are incarcerated in America to the point that it's almost like a rite of passage to be melanated and imprisoned. In fact, if you look at the 13th Amendment of the United States Constitution, you'll see that slavery or involuntary servitude is legal if you're duly convicted of a crime. They tell you straight up and down, slavery. And so, think about it. America incarcerates more of its populace than any other place around the world. This means that a large portion of America's population is incarcerated.
What does that have to do with you, sir?
Their people like America does. In fact, 9 out of every 10 people that are incarcerated in America, 9 out of every 10 that got accused of a crime pled guilty. Now, do you seriously believe when you walk down the block, 9 out of every 10 people you accuse of something are going to admit that they did something, or do you think there's some kind of nuance there? So But this is the wild thing about people. They always ask, how come the person plea? How come a person made a plea? But many innocent people go to court with the right evidence, and the jury works against them. We gotta keep in mind, this is America, the same place that allowed the murderers of Emmett Till, that young boy, to be lynched and castrated and put in the swamp. They allowed the murderers to go home. This is the same country that allowed the murderers of Emmett Till to go. This is the same state, Florida, that I'm in. The same state that said George Zimmerman was innocent and let him go after he murdered Trayvon Martin in cold blood. Then auctions the gun off. So it's always think twice when we ask, how come people plead guilty? Because they don't believe in the system. And it's a matter of does it mean justified experience. You look at my scenario. I was facing child abuse. Child abuse. On account to if I either gave the minor a means to get intoxicated or was aware that the minor was intoxicated and not turning her into authorities and doing something about it. How much getting intoxicated or was aware that the minor was intoxicated and not turning her into authorities and doing something about it. How much years do you think they'll give me for aggravated child abuse because the minor was intoxicated? 30 years. So what America does.
Why were you around the intoxicated minor, sir? Why were you around her? That's a pertinent question. Can be. They couldn't have said, hey, nigga, you should have told her she was drunk if you wasn't around and didn't know. I'm just saying. This is all after he took the plea deal. He won't just shut the fuck up and take his time.
They use over-sentencing as leverage so they can compel people to plead guilty.
I was facing 20. They could not compel me to say I was guilty of some shit that I did not do. In fact, I said, bring it on, pull up the body cam, bring in the witnesses that already said downstairs. They just come on with it. I'm saying your shit was 2 years, mine was 3. I ain't getting no time. You did 7 years and 10 years of paper. Something ain't right. You was facing 10 more years than me. I was facing 20 though, G. I'm just saying. No. I actually was innocent. There's no DNA evidence. There's literally no evidence that I committed the crime that the state was trying to say that I committed. No, it was done.
So it's easy for someone to say, man, if you're innocent, just fight it. But in the real world, if the jury goes against me, the same jury, in the same state that Zimmerman got pronounced innocent, if the jury goes against me after 30 years, but if I do a plea agreement, it's guaranteed I do a couple years and the rest of my time.
7 years has never been considered a couple. Nigga, that's almost a decade. But I guess he's figuring like, well, 2 for 1s, I'm gonna get 3.5. I tell him, I'm gonna knock this shit out, good behavior, 3.5. But that's no.
Within the confines of my house with some limited freedom. So what you do?
Nigga, that's the deal you should have been trying to seek, man. Let me get 3 years of probation. Like, I ain't got to go serve no time. Just let me do 3 years house arrest or some shit. Or just 3 years probation. You don't sit down for 7 years.
Take the 30-year risk, being innocent. But if they rule against you, you do 30 years. Or do you turn around and say, man, I'll just do a couple in the house and a couple in prison? You see, that's what they do. They prey on the money.
There's some real house logic there. I forgot you are a convicted felon, sir. You already a convicted felon. That's why you speaking like this. That is some real jailhouse talk. That ain't no revolutionary speak. How you gonna be a revolutionary talking about fuck it? Just take the time, G. Just take it. You gave up. You gave in. You folded. According to you, this is what you saying. You the revolutionary. Fight the power. Fight the system. Fight the white man. Rah, rah, rah. All that fuck shit. You folded like that. Shit ain't right, y'all.
For the people who are not knowledgeable about the system. And then think about this. Pop Smoke was robbed and he was murdered. Pop Smoke was robbed and murdered. How much years do you think his killer got for that? He got 4 years for murdering and robbing that black man. 4 years. But for this alcohol shit, I get 30 max. So I was gonna fight it. So I don't play around with the system. I don't believe in it. I have my ways though.
That should just let you know you should follow it. That nigga that killed Pop Smoke, did he take it? I don't know if he took a deal. Did he take a deal? If he took a 4-year deal for killing somebody and you took a 7-year deal for giving a minor alcohol, you need better lawyers. You should at least been able to get 3 because you could have argued murder. He got 4 for murder, lawyer. What are you doing here? That's your fault. You should have been telling your lawyer this instead of these people. You already signed your plea agreement. You should have asked. And that was out in California. Ain't your lawyer? Your lawyer was from California, if I'm not mistaken. I just say, this is making no sense. But why does he keep making these phone calls, though?
Responding. And I have came up with a game plan, and that's how we got to do things. So I just want people to open their eyes to understand that slavery still exists. It's just more covert than it's ever been. Actually, it's right in our face. But you know, people have a convenient anger. If they're mad at you because you have a difference in politics, a difference in religion, okay? If they're mad at your financial disposition or where you are in social rankings, they have a bias against their own people. And they won't be honest. And the reality is, over sentencing is being used as leverage so people can make pleas. That's just a fact. So we got to stop this. How come this person pled this? How come this person pled that? Like I said, 9 out of every 10 people that get accused of a crime. Have you accused people on planet Earth of doing things? Do you have a ratio, a winning ratio of 9 out of every 10 people you accuse of doing something, turn around and say, I did it? Just be realistic. The only reason so many people.
So, in other words, you're saying you got scared. Just say you got scared. Like you saying all this to say you got scared. You didn't want to be that one person after 9 out of 10 that got proven innocent. You was innocent. Now, keep in mind, sir, you did videos saying it was the DNA and everything exonerated you. So if all that the only way you would have taken this plea, sir, if you was around that damn child while she was intoxicated. Because if it wasn't no DNA and it wasn't no way to connect you to being with her other than the security cameras that have shown her being with you going in and out your room, you wouldn't have took this plea. Unless you were with her, sir. That's all I'm saying. If you knew damn well there ain't no way in hell that you was with this woman, it ain't no way anybody could say that you was with her other than her mama, but it ain't no cell phones that could ping you, no security camera footage, no elevator footage, nothing that could link y'all two together, and you took a plea, you was a goddamn fool.
Of pleading guilty is because they don't believe in the system. And I tell you this, if I was facing only 5 years, if I was facing only 7 years for child abuse, if I was facing only maybe 10 tops, I'd fight that shit. And hopefully I don't get the max for lose. But 30? Come on now. Would you do 30 years or would you take?
30 is what you're facing. That's the maximum they could. The maximum is 30. Minimum is, whatever the state mandatory was for that charge. But the maximum was 30. You could have did anywhere between 30 and such, like 7. That's how they came up with 7. You do realize, sir, if we're just gonna do the numbers here. You said it was 30. So you got 7 years of jail time, 10 years of probation. That's 17 years out of 30. Nigga, that's over half the sentence. Then you ready to bring, you shot music videos saying the charges was dropped. You had billboards and shit with popping bottles saying charges was dropped. Yeah, it was dropped because you took a deal. They don't count.
A couple years and do the rest of your time in your house. And be done with it. Nowhere near 30 years. So I want people to just open their eyes, man. But damn, it just brings me back to when I went to Africa, man. I went to Africa several times. It brings me back to when I went to Ghana. And I had the shackles on. I'm like, here we go again. Because I remember I had a conversation. And I remember I told this sister that it's unfortunate that this is like a rite of passage in America for a black man. I remember telling her, I said, this shit is so crazy. No matter what you do, it's almost inevitable that you will be incarcerated. At some point or the other, you will touch the system. You will be in the boogie, you will be in the county jail, or you will be in the penitentiary, one way or the other. It's wild. Here I am living in this reality. I don't ever see prison again since right it out. Thought I'd never see it again.
What?
It's the way of the world, man. Talk to me nice. Blessings and abundance. I love and appreciate you all.
This nigga got caught up with a minor and said it's almost a rite of passage that you get incarcerated in this here United States, like somebody framed him. I just don't.
But just do your best. Stay out of trouble. You can understand some things are inevitable. Don't be down on your luck. If something does happen to you, I don't believe in luck. But don't be down on any of the circumstances that you're confronted with. You'll always be able to be empowered with the ability to potentially transcend. Talk to me nice.
You better write you some books while you're doing your 7 years. Here's a snippet of the full video that I'm about to play. Now, the full video that I'm about to play was 5 years ago when Sinetter said this. Polight's case, when he first got arrested, was 2 years ago. So he had been doing this shit like 3 years prior. So Sinetter had like actually told some authorities he wouldn't have had any. He wouldn't have no more victims. We're gonna play the snippet, and then we're gonna play the full little go off to the head because apparently they had beef back in the day.
Don't make me talk about why them police pulled your bitch ass over on the side of the road that night, nigga. Don't make me talk about.
So I guess this guy here went and found this clip when Polight got locked up for the sexual battery shit. So he pulled this up 2 years ago, but this actual response that Sinetter did was 5 years ago. So he's had like 3 years worth of victims that could have potentially been stopped had Sinetter not went to YouTube and actually went to the police. If he cared, if he actually cared like he pretended he does in this rant in the full live that I'm gonna play, could have had this shit stopped. Conscious community, though. That's what they do, apparently. African Bambadas, Dr. Yorks. Apparently that's what these niggas do.
Why the wife really left your ass, nigga? Don't make me tell you why she ran away from home and her mother couldn't catch her. Her mother told her to get the fuck away from you. But she loves you. Polite. She loves you, nigga. She loved you so much she ran.
And whoever mama he talking about, she ain't shit neither. This was 5 years ago. Nobody said a thing.
Away from her mother. Fuck with me. Dr. York, fuck out of here. Baby York, fuck you think you talking to, nigga? Trying to get at me. Trying to get at me. I told you I'm the wrong one to fuck with, nigga. I'm the wrong nigga to fuck with. I got video. You don't believe me? I got video. Yeah, I do. What if I was to tell you that she wanted me to interview her, Polite? Huh? Her mother. What if I told you she wanted me to interview her? How you know I don't?
I would say you and the mama ain't shit. Cause you and the mama sat there and recorded and talked about this grown ass man having a relationship with her underage daughter. He was still able to travel the fucking world for the next 5 years, or the next 3 years, until somebody finally told. Somebody's finally parents said fuck it, even though she did fuck up initially. She was like, no, you got my baby fucked up. This shit is sick. And it goes on a whole bunch in the black community. It just so happened the people involved in this got a name. But we still can see how the adults don't give a fuck. They know about it. They turn the other cheek. They threaten niggas with it when they beefing and shit. But nobody actually cares and goes and tells. Who cared about the kid in this situation? He did the shit for YouTube. Who cared about the kid though?
Got the interview. And I said, no. Nah, I can't. I'm not gonna do it. I can't put that. How do you know? Leave me alone. Go about your scamming ass fucking life, nigga. All right, family, let me calm down. Let me calm the hell down. Because
now, that was the snippet. That was the mic drop moment from the whole. Now I'm gonna play the little 30-minute part of what he did. And then we're gonna get into Tommy's take. Nope. Well, now I'm gonna play this, and then I'm gonna, cause he called him Dr. York. We got a lot of videos to play. Fuck it. We here for a minute. We here for a minute.
when you're going crazy, you know you lose thought and all of that. Let me calm down. All right. The first thing, let me deal with this real quick. I'm in the car. I'm driving. So somebody sent me the video and said, yo, Polight going in on you. So I said, well, send me the video because I'm driving. So let me see what this dude got. Let me see what this clown ass nigga got to say. I got up to the part where he was sending subliminal shots, you know, talking about the finances and nigga, I got the money and I can send somebody to come get you. And that's what the nigga said. That's what he was saying. You see, ain't nobody stupid. Fuck you, Polight. Ain't nobody scared of you, nigga. I know you's a bitch because I seen the bitch in your eyes when Captain Tazoriak told you to cross the fucking line, nigga. So you ain't scaring nobody. Who you gonna get? You gonna get your Crips, nigga? Who you gonna get? I'm outside every day. You're not scaring and you're not bullying nobody. All right? All you did, nigga, was told a lot of lies. And we're gonna deal with something. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, family. This is not the video where I want to go in on him yet because I just got in the house. I'm rushing to get back in the house. I said, damn, I gotta deal with this. I gotta talk about this. But when I'm gonna bring to you, family, between, I would say probably tomorrow, What I'm gonna bring to you, family, I wanted to bring y'all the knowledge tonight because I was with Jabari. I'm gonna still give y'all that knowledge and that information. But Polight, talk about the scamming, nigga. What you mad at? You mad because I came out and denounced your bitch ass? You mad because I came out and told the people that you were scamming? But I wasn't supposed to say nothing? Huh? You mad at that? Let's deal with one of the things you said and you lied to the people. I told the people that you are a habitual fucking liar. You gets up there and parade to the people that you bought my car now, that you gave me the money that helped buy my car. You lying bitch. This is why, car. Nah, nigga, what you did was you robbed me. Every goddamn debate we had, you were stealing my money, robbing me, taking the money from the people. That's why I was way more. Do y'all remember a few months ago, he kept saying, yo, when I come to the gathering, right, I'm gonna have a nice big donation for something else. Y'all remember that? Press 1 if y'all remember that. Every car that the people see you driving, nigga, is rented for like, even the goddamn house that you in right now is not your, nigga. And believe me, I got data on you. But see, what you say about me is all good. I don't give a fuck about that. But the shit I got on you is real shit. But like, you don't want to go there. You bought my car. Picture that. Picture that. I bought my shit with my money for my birthday. On my birthday, I bought that. The same time you stole 10 racks from me, nigga. And the only reason why I told the people that we settled it, remember when I said, yo, we good now, we're gonna take care of it? Because Polight said, let's tell the people that I'm gonna give you a donation. So I said, cool, I ain't give a fuck, nigga, give me my money, nigga. I said, all right, Polight gonna give me a donation, y'all. So I rolled with it. I rolled with that shit. Polight gonna give me a donation. I said, all right, cool. As long as you give me my money, you can call it whatever you want to call it. Because the minute you give me my money and I put that shit in my pocket, nah, nigga, you scammed me, nigga. You scammed me for way more than that. What I told you, Polight, was just give me 10,000. That's what I told you. That's what I was saying to you. I said, just give me 10,000 back. I don't even care. This is why you didn't even want to show the goddamn books. You didn't show me the books. You didn't show me the receipt. Every time I asked you to let me see the books, you said, I left my computer home. Well, nigga, I want to go home with you. Oh, I'm going, me and I'm in there going out. We going out. I'll get back to you. Then the next day I wake up. All right, let me get rid of all the haters. The minute I wake up, your ass is gone. You on the road somewhere. Polight, don't make me do it, bro. I'm trying to hold back. And you know what I'm talking about. All right? Nigga, we're going to deal with, being that you brought this up. You said there was a nigga in my hallway with a ski mask on. Guess who he talking about, y'all? Y'all ready for this? Guess who he talking about? See, he trying to make it look like it was niggas that came here looking for me. Polight, you's a lying bitch. That's all I got to say about you. I told the people, you can talk good. You good with the talking. You can scam the panties off of a faggot, nigga. You can scam the panties off of a faggot, but I know you. Don't forget that. You said I was disloyal to you and dishonest to you? Nigga, you came on my platform, scamming everybody, ripping off everybody, and you ain't give a fuck about me, but I'm disloyal to you? Family, do y'all hear that shit? You coming up talking about I was disloyal and all kind of crazy shit, but you come on my platform, fuck up my business, fuck up my platform, robbing and stealing. And I see, by you saying you helped buy that car for me, that's like saying you gave me money. Nigga, don't you dare lie. Don't you dare lie on me, nigga. Don't you dare lie on me. Boy, I'm saving some of this back because I know you're going to try to come back. I'm going to save some of it. And then you go on to say, Sarnetta, you talked about my kids. You talked about my children. Another lie, y'all. That is another damn lie. That's all that boy got is lies. I never talked about my eye. Get one video, I would never talk about my eye. Why in the hell would I talk about little my eye? Huh? I would never, in my wildest dreams, talk about little my eye. You sound stupid, nigga. You're trying to get the people to try to go with you and say, oh, Sarnetta, you wrong. You wrong for that. Show me where I talked about my eye that Polight. Huh? Right in your eyes, you didn't want none of that. Then Tazori, I told the other girl, keep your mouth shut right in front of you, nigga. You ain't say a damn thing, nigga. So shut your bitch ass up, trying to scare somebody. Now you want to threaten me, nigga. I'm not scared of you, nigga. Do what the fuck you gotta do. Speak your speech, nigga. But you ain't scaring nobody over here. Evidently, you should have known Sarnetta's a crazy motherfucker that he gonna come back at me. See, what it is you think I'm by myself and you can just roll up and do what the fuck you want to me. That's what you thinking. Try it. bust your motherfucking head wide open to the white meat, nigga. You hear me? Try it. Try it. Fuck is wrong with this nigga? Trying to send subliminal shots at me like I'm supposed to crawl and run under the damn bed somewhere. Fuck out. Your woman's hoes in your fucking face, nigga. He called them hoes. You want to try to apologize? You want to try to come and bang at me? I'm not even giving you that smoke yet. I'm holding back a lot of shit. So you go on to say that Sarnetta talked about Ashia, right? You ain't talking about that her, right? You ain't talking about Ashia Barnes, right? I know you ain't talking about her. I knew her before you, Polight. You ain't talking about her, right? The one you call Renente, you ain't calling her your daughter, are you? Don't do it. Don't make me fucking do it. I'm Ashia, right? That Sarnetta talked about your kids. Who are you talking about? Huh? You ain't talking about Tasia, right? You ain't talking about her, right? You ain't talking about Tasia Barnes, right? I know you ain't talking about.
If the conscious community get down like this, ain't none of us safe.
Huh? I knew her before you, Polight. You ain't talking about her, right? The one you call Renente, you ain't calling her your daughter, are you? Don't do it. Don't make me fucking do it, nigga. Huh? Little Dr. York, don't make me do it, nigga. Little fucking Dr. York. You ain't talking about her, right? The one that you call Renente. Huh? Nigga, that ain't your daughter, nigga. Cut it out. Don't make me bring her sister right here in front of me. Her sister is my wife's cousin, nigga. You know that. Play yourself. You know that. Play your motherfucking self. Huh? She ran away from home to be with your bitch ass. She left her own mother to be with your bitch ass.
Ain't no
nigga,
about it.
Fuck you talking about? Why you think her mother and them can't even find her? You wanna play with me, nigga? I told you it'd be better for you to fuck with Cat Gills and bang back at Pharaoh, nigga. Leave me the fuck alone. You can talk whatever the talk you want to talk about me, but I ain't never do no foul shit like you, nigga. Never rob nobody, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? Huh?
Fuck that. You talk about this man sleeping with kids, and you talking about you ain't never did no foul. Robbery is not foul compared to fucking with kids. You niggas is, I don't understand you niggas. You mad about the wrong thing. Listen to all this passion. And he just breezes over him talking about a minor with just a little Dr. York insult. But no, nigga, you robbing people. Nigga, you scamming people. You fuck with teenagers. But nigga, you robbed me. You thought you ain't buy my car, nigga? You fuck with teenagers. You ain't buy my car, nigga. What kind of shit you in? Talk about you gave me some money, nigga. I know I just said you fuck with teenagers, but I don't have no energy for that. My energy is towards you said you bought my car. You scamming people, nigga.
You ain't talking about that girl, huh? The one that ran away from home? Who snuck out the room and left her mother? Because her mother left you? You want me to tell the people why she left you, bitch? I'll tell them when you cut back. I'll tell them when you come back at me. I ain't gonna give up everything. Told you it'd be better to leave me the fuck alone. You're fucking with the wrong one, and you know I'm crazy enough to go the fuck in. I'm not scared of getting beat the fuck down. I'ma still go in, nigga. You better kill me, bitch. You better fucking kill me. Fuck is wrong with you? Ain't nobody scared of you, nigga. Ain't nobody in this world is more grimier, low-life, scumbag as you. You done robbed from little babies, motherfucker. You done robbed from women and children, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? Trying to come back at me, knowing that I got all this shit on you. Man, listen. Dude, I will call the sister up right now. Say I won't. Say I won't call Shakira. Yeah, see, you don't even know Shakira, nigga. Ask Benite, who is Shakira? That's my wife, cousin, motherfucker. Fuck is wrong? And she know the deal. She know what's going on. You think she don't? I'm holding that gun because I want to see the smoke. I want to see you let that out. I'm not the only one that know it. Don't tell me don't do it now. Because see, this nigga want to get up in here and tell all these motherfucking lies, little baby Dr. York ass nigga. You get up in here and tell all these fucking lies, and then you try to threaten me like I'm scared of you, bitch. Fuck out of here. Everybody know where you live. Yeah, so what? Come get it. Come get it, nigga. I'm a crazy motherfucker. Don't give a fuck. Remember, the dude was downstairs in your hallway with a ski mask on. Nigga, say the name. Say who was down there. Say who was that. I'm gonna say it, being that you brought it up. Y'all know who he's talking about. Y'all know who he's talking about. He's talking about Blue Pill, y'all. He's talking about Blue Pill. Blue Pill. And when the bitch ass nigga called me, I ain't give a fuck. I said, Sankofa and me went right downstairs, nigga. Sankofa came. Sounds stupid. This sounds stupid. And I say, yeah, man, I'm trying to get my taxes done. Do you know a or her that helped me do mine? You know you bought my car. You helped me buy my car. Yeah, yeah, right. Bitch, why you ain't fucking with Meta World Peace no more? I can swing back at you. Oh man, you're gonna get yours, another. We're gonna beat your apple and scam the public out of their money. Now you talking shit about the conscious community. Nigga, you expired. And you ain't coming back. The people looking at you as a clown, nigga. They know you lying. They know you're of the kid who you scammed out of 7,000, nigga. Let me call him right quick. He just had a baby. He's only 22 years old, Polight, mentoring program. That's what you did. I'm being light, family. I'm being light. And why? And why them police pulled you over on the side of the road, nigga? We're gonna talk about that. You know what I'm talking about. Why did they pull you over on the side of the road? We don't discuss that. We're gonna talk about that on the highway. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna deal with that. You wanna cross the line on me. But Pharaoh, Grills, Cad Gills, you done bought my car, lying to the people, nigga. Let me see what's up with that dude. Let me see if he home.
There he go with that car again.
Oh, all right, let me see.
All right, enough said. Again. So it shouldn't even be shocking to anyone that he was caught. He took a plea deal for such activities simply because his homeboy said this shit 5 years ago. And then, 3 years later, he's accused of it.
Can I ask a question?
Takes a plea deal.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
How long had it happened? Okay, how much time had lapsed between it happening and the homeboy speaking out?
The homeboy spoke out 5 years ago. Polight got arrested 2 years ago for what he just took the plea deal for.
No. What I'm
So
saying.
the homeboys foretold of this 3 years before this nigga got locked up for actually doing some shit.
I know, but what I'm saying is I'm trying to figure out. So the homeboy waited till he got mad with Polight to speak on it, or did he speak on it immediately? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when the
Oh no, he was mad. And he was mad. He knew about it, but he kept it secret till he got mad. He got mad because Polight threatened him. He was like, "You trying to kill me, nigga? Oh hell no, we finna shoot the dust."
he ain't know better though.
It was cool until he made him mad. Pretty much.
Exactly. He know better. So it is what it is.
But this fell upon deaf ears 5 years ago.
Okay, why the mama ain't speak out 5, 6, 7, 8 years? Why when it happened did nobody speak out? See, I'm not figuring this shit out. It's really confusing to me. Like, why when it first happened?
Well, I don't know if this is the same victim or not, but it's just he's known to have done it at least 5 years ago. So hearing that he's with a minor 2 years ago when he got locked up shouldn't be a shock, because 5 years ago in 2018, his partner said he was already having girls running away from home to come live with him and shit.
Okay, great.
So this new 14-year-old shit, it really shouldn't be a shock to people. It's a pattern of behavior. Where's the next one? Where we got here? That one's out. Damn it, where'd it go? Oh no.
Since he made such a big deal about the car, did he even say what the car was?
No, I think it was a Lexus. Good question.
I was just wondering.
I think it was Alexis, but no, he did not fucking say it all. Oh shit! I don't know what I did with that video. It was
one hell of a car.
No, it was just the fact you said you bought my car. Like, bro, you do realize you said this nigga is fucking with minors and you got more energy towards him buying your car. I just don't get it. Okay, it's a news channel. Where the fuck is it? I watched it earlier. Is this it? Oh, this it.
It's very, brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Brace yourself.
Hey, how come the adults wasn't saying nothing?
Now this guy, the African diaspora news, this guy did it. I did a video 2 weeks ago, I guess, when everybody else did, and that's how I ran down the rabbit hole and found this video of Polight interviewing a Dr. York victim.
Shouldn't they be locked up with Dr. York too? How come they're free to testify about it?
You understand the adults are separate. It's very, brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Brace yourself.
Hey, how come the adults wasn't saying nothing? Shouldn't they be locked up with Dr. York too? How come they're free to testify about it?
You understand the adults are separated from their children. You know, so you had the girls in one house, the boys in one house, the women in one place.
He just said, shouldn't the adults be locked up? And keep in mind, we heard Satinetta say, I agree. I agree.
The brothers in one place, you know, everybody was separated, so it wasn't no house with a family, and then you could recognize when your child is gone.
You mean to tell the world that none of these children had enough sense?
The people that I just started over. I had it. So that's the beginning right here. So I'm gonna just it's a few minutes. So just to listen, please.
I say have to testify because some people didn't testify. So some people.
And then that they had to do this, like it's something that they had to do. For me, it felt like it's something that I had to do because one, like I told you, both my sisters went through the same thing I went through.
Yeah.
Both my older sisters.
Do you mind sharing? I don't know.
Okay, well, both my sisters been molested.
By who?
By Malachi, by Pops, Barbara, you know, Esau, Mom, Esau, whatever. You know, he has sex with them, and they were ages. At what ages? I mean, you know, if you want to get the accurate number, you can ask them.
Around what age? Yeah. You know, I mean,
13, 14, 7, 8. You know, and I will only speak for myself as far as the personal thing that I've been through.
Of course.
And as far as, you know, and I don't want to get graphic. One, you know, okay, I'm a dude. I'm not going to be walking around saying that I've been molested, this and that happened. As a man, you don't want to be going around saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when in my situation or the way I grew up, I was ready to move on. I left in 2001. I was ready to just live my life, move on, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The people started doing their investigations and stuff. The FBI started doing their investigations, started trying to get statements from people. Both my sisters went ahead and gave their statements.
Yeah.
I still had nothing to do with it, no statement, no nothing. When I realized, okay, they're about to go to court. You know, and I went through the same thing that they went through. Like, I'm my mother's only son. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the man of the family.
What's good, man?
You know, my sister's gonna stand up for
I'm
themselves.
just looking at the chat.
So I was like, okay, well, and then that's when I gave my statement, and that's when I decided that, you know, that I was gonna go ahead and do it. Nobody wants to see they family go get locked away. So I really understand how hard it is for people that's deeply involved in it also. And people gotta understand, I was born and raised in it too. So I understand from inside out also what it feels like not to have this person around still giving leadership.
Happy belated birthday, Morris Boyce.
No stranger, no random person that's saying, oh, this happened. I mean, this started like I was 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? I was upstate New York after Brooklyn, you know, upstate New York when he first, you know, touched me or whatever, you know. And so from 7 to 14, 7 years that I went through this, you know what I'm saying? And that's my story.
Would you say there's been over 20 children molested by Dr. York?
I would say so. I mean, I would say that it was, you know, if I could confirm people that I strongly confirm, it'll be about 15 or 20 people.
obviously, if over 15 to 20 children were being molested, we have to now say, how come the adults wasn't saying nothing? Shouldn't they be locked up with Dr. Young too? How come they're free to testify about it?
You understand the adults were separated from their children. You know, so you had the girls in one house, boys in one house, the women in one place, the brothers in one place. You know, you had everybody was separated. So it wasn't no house with a family, and then you could recognize when your child is gone.
You mean to tell the world that none of these children had enough sense in their mind to go tell their parent that this isn't right? I've been touched sexually, I've been sexually abused. Not one child out of all these children. It could have stopped so long ago if just one child or just one.
Adult figures scare kids into not talking. This is unbelievable.
Is he blaming the victim in a sense?
Yeah, he's victim blaming. But the irony of it is that one child that he did, she told. And the mom just saw how her daughter looked and was like, I ain't going, and told. So it's ironic that all the adults, Casadnetta and whoever this parent of this other mom was 5 years ago, they ain't say nothing. This Hill woman, even though I talk shit about her, because I said she didn't even know this nigga, she didn't know how to pronounce this nigga name when she moved her child across town, at least she did say no mas. It was kind of late, but she could have kept quiet and let it keep going. I do give her credit for sounding the alarm. Something ain't nobody else done. Now, I'm sure as soon as he gets sentenced, it's going to be a whole bunch of, well, no, it's been 2 more years and there have been a whole bunch of other people come out and say it. So it could have been an isolated incident where he went this far. The way they said it, it looked like he was, from the way it was described and the mother's testimony and all of that, saying how the baby face and she looked, it sounded like she was beat up.
None of these children had enough sense in their mind to go tell their parent that this isn't right. I've been touched sexually, I've been sexually abused. Not one child out of all these children. It could have stopped so long ago if just one child or just one adult. What caused all of this to come out? First, you hear nothing from nobody. Yeah. You hear nothing from nobody. Then you hear something from everybody, all at the same time. They might not have been immediate.
Boy, this video is so ironic, right, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, it's so ironic. He literally, oh my Lord.
To talk to anybody about this situation.
Not even their parents.
I mean, that's fine, of course. I could have talked to I could have told my mother.
We chose not to.
It's not that I chose not to. To really explain it would really take a lot. But I mean, you're not really yourself when you're not, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no esteem. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no. You know what I'm saying? You can't even face, like, my mother had to, when she found out from my sister and she came to me and asked me about it. And I still really couldn't even tell her. I had to say, well, I had sex with the girl and he was there. And that was my way of telling her that, yeah.
He said the only reason he told, he moved on with life. But he said when the FBI started investigating, his sister spoke. And he said he's supposed to be the man of the house, the man of the family. He said, how in the fuck can I consider myself the man of the family and my sisters are strong enough to talk about this shit, but I'm not. So the reason he told his story. He said initially he was quiet when everybody started talking. One of the victims said he was molested for 7 years. I don't know the story of Dr. York. I've just heard that he went to jail for a long time, and I heard people say the government set him up and yada, yada, yada. This is the first actual victim to do it. I'm gonna have to do some research into this fella too.
He's a doctor, as in
you know what I'm saying?
Knowledge type stuff. Not as.
I have no. I don't know shit. When I say I don't know nothing about him, I don't know shit about him.
We'll look him up right now.
That's what the initial conversation, and this is like 2 weeks before we left. It was something I was under. I couldn't tell my mom. I didn't tell nobody.
Both Dr. Dre.
It was something that held me to not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked up to him as my dad. Because I looked up to him as a person that he was. I thought he was an advocate. I thought he, you know, and all those reasons, like, you know, I'm trying to like see why is this going on? What's the significance? I'm young. I don't even know what really in the sex, and I don't.
Why do you think he's locked up for 135 years, underground 60 feet, in a super max penitentiary with no one with a case like into his own amongst cannibals? Not because what you think he should be locked up for. Why you think he's locked up?
Well, I mean, to answer your question in the way that I think you're asking it, you know what I'm saying? Because one, you have a black leader that was getting black people together and was building a sovereign nation.
Tell me if this is something you believe. That's not what I want to hear. What do you personally believe? Dealing with the facts of the matter, not denying you of your experience, but based on what we all know, it's necessary to lock a person up when you accuse them of.
What I know from history is that whenever you have a black leader that's uplifting the people, that's doing something for the community, that's bringing people together, and that's building people.
I think it's fucked up that you're sitting here asking this man who was molested by the man in question that you're saying, why you think he locked up in a supermax 60 feet under the ground with cannibals? Why you think he locked up? Because he was a fucking child molester, sir. The whole conspiracy stuff. Fuck all of that.
It's got child sexual abuse, rape, racketeering, conspiracy, and fraud.
The conspiracy that there is hard to prove. That's that it's on anything, John. What was he convicted of? All of them?
Yeah, 135 years.
Yeah, I didn't even need the conspiracy.
Elevating people, then they get taken down. You know what I'm saying? And he wouldn't have been taken down, and he hasn't been taken down until they found something to take him down with. If you threw him there with by molesting kid, did he really care about anybody else? This is what I have to live with. I have to live with how do I come across the people that's in the knowledge and even vibe with them and talk to them on a regular level, and people looking at me one way.
Nah, that's what it always comes on a class of hours.
That's cool, but you know what I'm saying. But it is. But see, the thing is that
don't make you a bad person.
At the end of the day, people are always gonna have his word over anybody else's word because that's all they know.
No, at the end of the day, he's locked up, so obviously they took y'all word over everyone else's. It doesn't matter. Like I told you, if we say he's innocent, but he's still locked up in prison, y'all word accounted for everything.
What?
See, back then, Polight was defending a straight up convicted predator with his jacked up hairline. Let's continue.
I can't go back. You know what I'm saying? I can only face what's in front of me. And everything that's in front of me, I see people that I see people that's under the impression, and even though
you understand about what people are saying,
no, they've
being railroaded, that people are saying none of this has to do with the case as far as the government is concerned. The government don't give a damn about the accusations. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
You got people saying that kids haven't been molested. I can't see what you're seeing. I can't see the I know what happened to me. I know what he did. I know what kind of person he is. You know what I'm saying? So
what kind of person he is? That's the question I'm gonna ask. What kind of person is Dr.
I mean, you get what you see. You get what you see.
Tell me.
What people didn't see is also.
I asked you about other people. I want to know about you. I want to get into your mind. I want to know what is he to you? Who is he to you?
Who he is to me right now? He's somebody that did a lot of things great, but had his flaws, and it didn't correct those flaws. And he had years and years and years to correct those flaws. He didn't correct those flaws. Now I came back, and now he's incarcerated. Should he be in there? Should he be out? Someone like him shouldn't be incarcerated.
Now, Polight said that a convicted predator who was sentenced to over 130 years in federal prison, definitely put in federal prison, he should be out. He said this back in 2010. Now, 2023, 2010.
If they uplifting the community and doing what he did. But if you're gonna do that and on top of that, still do the wrong thing for years and years and years, then you definitely shouldn't be. That's about the devil is the one who's gonna be a pastor, a preacher, or the one doing the right thing, and actually the one doing the wrong thing and sending you to hell. That's the perfect devil right there. The perfect. If I was a devil right now, I'd be telling you to do the right thing. I'd be telling you to live your life this way, and I'll be sending you right to hell. The devil knows the gospel as well as any pastor or preacher. So if the devil is going to do his job, what better way to do it than to have everybody lifting themselves or doing the right thing? And in actuality, it's like they're going up, but they're going this way. It's not a just up. It's like they're going up and they're going astray. You know what I'm saying? That's the only really way that the devil could do his job, is to deceive people into thinking that he's actually God, to deceive people into thinking that he's actually Christ. That's why they say you will have false prophets and false messiahs. I would respect a wolf. If I was a sheep, I would respect a wolf that approached me and tried to hunt me down than a wolf that came in sheep clothing. My whole argument in this whole situation is, should people be locked up based on what people believe? I got the right to be angry. You know why? Because the Lord promises me something different. The Lord promises me that we will lock people up beyond a shadow of a doubt. That's what the Lord promises me. But in this case, it was up to 12 people to have that reasonable doubt or not. And those 12 people made the decision. Now, so what's the point? If you want to fight for it, fight for it for another reason. Don't fight for it because he's innocent of molesting kids. Let's say he molested 1,000 children.
What?
Factually.
No, that's not saying that. I'm really trying to hear this man just said. Let's say he molested 1,000 kids factually. Why? Conversation over with. There should be nothing behind that then. Nothing should come behind 1,000 kids factually. What else could you say?
Fight for it for another reason. Don't fight for it because he's innocent of molesting kids. Let's say he molested 1,000 children. Factually. Okay. Genetic evidence and everything. Things that we don't deny. Scientifically, we say, wow, okay, true. If someone. Now, I want you to hear, recognize what he just said. Recognize that. Okay? Let's let him speak. Ask me, would you still worship him as your Most High, acknowledge him as your Most High God? I would have to. I don't identify with everything he does there, much like I believe most Christians don't identify with everything their God does, because it says their God is a jealous God. And some Christians will tell you it's not right to be jealous. And some will tell you that, you know, it shouldn't be vengeful, but then the Bible tells you Most High is a vengeful God. And tell you shouldn't hate, but it tells you that God loved Jacob and he hated Esau. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between being a problem lobbying and saying that he's innocent. Okay, that's two different people. I could be a problem lobbying because I was born in the WAPA, but it's two different kinds of people. You got people. If that's the case, I can be, but how can I be a problem lobbying if the lobbying is saying that he's innocent and I'm saying that this happened to me? So now it is. You see how we sitting down talking. That's. But see, the thing is that, you know, now is my word against the master teacher's word, and whose word is then on tape? I know one thing the master teacher always taught is that when you're looking at the sides of the truth, there's his side, her side, his or her side versus his or her side. But really, in actuality, it's just the truth. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. That was him defending Dr. York. And Tommy did a great video. I don't know if this is great or not. I hadn't watched it yet.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
I got the email notification he did about 14 days ago. But he also ran across a clip where he had something to say about. I guess it's when he found out about I don't know if it's when he found out about the plea deal or not. it's this channel that be finding his clips, and I thought it was from the same video that I'm gonna play, but it's not. But he said some of the same shit that I said when I first heard about when I was criticizing the mama, when I heard the mama's statement where I was like, she made it about her, and I was like, you don't even know this nigga last name. But some what's this? Red Pill Reloaded, he cut out some things. We're gonna get into that, and I guess that's gonna segue us into he followed Dr. York, who was a pedo. Why y'all surprised?
But I want to say this. Brother Polight has been defiant for a long time, and then he pled guilty. Apparently, they had his DNA on the girl's clothing and around her mouth. That's not good. Apparently, they had DNA on the girl's clothing and around her mouth. Trying to help my daughter heal when I'm not even healed myself. Making it about yourself. Your child went through this, ma'am. And the only reason your child went through this, that's why I said they're not going to like me. Just like most of these situations with black women, the only reason your child went through this, ma'am, it's because of you. Can I get an amen? The only reason, ma'am, that your child went through any of this, the only reason that your child is suffering, ma'am, is because of you. You.
What you have done to my daughter, myself, and my entire family is inexcusable. You hurt us all. You made me believe that you were such a great man and you could do no wrong. You made me fully trust you.
He made you believe that he was such a great man and he could do no wrong? No, ma'am, he didn't. You decided to believe that he was such a great man and he could do no wrong. He did not make you believe that, man. That was something that you decided you wanted to believe. You were supposed to look at this man as a fucking man, but you saw his nice car on YouTube, his nice house on YouTube, his trips on YouTube, him being with Floyd Mayweather, him being on the Breakfast Club. You saw all the trappings and you decide to give him your daughter. Your daughter was a sacrifice, man. Sorry.
For that, my daughter trusted you too. But the truth is, you're a monster. A demon. The very first time that I allowed you to be alone with my daughter, the very first time you couldn't even help yourself.
The very first time I allowed you to be alone with my daughter, why did you allow your burgeoning child to be
That's what we asked the same
around this man?
Told me that you wanted to have a one-on-one talk with her about loving and respecting me as a great mother that I was.
He wanted to have a one-on-one talk with your daughter, your teenage daughter, about how great of a mother you were.
Why does the mom need a break? Nothing happened to her. I ain't cutting no break either. I don't think I cussed out, but I pretty much was like, lady, you didn't even know how to pronounce this nigga's last name, and you moved your child and you across the country? Motherfucker, for what? It was a gold digger. No motherfucker, I'm just not leaving my child with no any damn body. Teenage hormones, horny-ass grown man. Nope, don't know him. Not the parent, not the uncle, no relatives. Not that they're safe, but still.
actually believed you. I believed that you were going to bring her right back. I thought you were going to have...
You believed you were going to get some money out this man, ma'am?
Trusting conversation with her that you promised me. Her and I both trusted you. For a grown man to violate a child who trusted him, you should be ashamed of yourself. You plotted on me and my little girl.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Well, how about this? I agree with you. Brother Polight should be ashamed of himself. And he knows who else should be ashamed of himself or themselves? You, ma'am. You should be ashamed of yourself, because here's the thing. These predators need someone to deliver them prey. That's right. You know how they work? These men that you worship, how do they usually get their prey? The women deliver them to them. When they look up to these men and think these men are God, they deliver their children, they deliver their family, they deliver their wallets, they deliver everything to their altar. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Y'all women bring your children to these men every time. No matter how many fucked up stories y'all hear about men doing to children, you still bring your child around this strange man, hoping he'll be different. Does that make any sense? We don't value our children at all. I'm sorry, I had to rant. Let me go back.
The entire time you knew what you planned to do. Isolate, intoxicate, then violate my baby. Shame on you. I trusted you to bring her right back.
Bring her
you were supposed to bring her back the same way that you took her. Instead, you drugged her and took advantage of her. You sexually abused her. You forced alcohol down her throat. You then forced her to see things that no child should ever have to see. You forced her to feel things that no child should have to feel.
And here's my question. How old is the mother? Does anybody know how old the mother is? Because at this point, the little girl should be now 16 or 17. So how old is the mom? So if he forced her to see some things that no child should ever have to see, one of our big questions should be, how old were you when you had this child? Poignant questions people tend to not ask.
Forced her to accept violence that no child should ever.
Y'all hear that puss ass nigga in the background sniffing like it's bothering him? Listen to the pussy nigga in the background, the one who recorded this for his Instagram channel.
Forced her to feel things that no child should have to feel. Forced her to accept violence that no child should ever have to endure. You forced drugs in her that no human should ever even ingest. She's my child. My baby. How could you? How could you? You could have killed her with all the drugs that were found in her system. And you thought your master plan was mapped out perfectly, huh? Enough to believe you over my child. And you thought that money would blind me. You thought I was going to be so blinded that I wouldn't notice when you returned her with bruises all over her body and her mouth busted, uncontrollably shaking. Absolutely not. And although you executed your plan and you got what you wanted those couple of hours, you actually failed. Because look where you're at right now. You have created a lifetime of trauma for my daughter and I. Before you, we never knew evil existed. You brought so much evil into our lives that early morning, and I'll never forget. I called you like 50 times and you wouldn't answer me.
I went the fuck off about that. Like, I wouldn't have been called. I hadn't called 50 times. I went to police call ASAP. Like, this nigga, they won't answer. He took a phone.
I called her too, but you took her phone. You drugged my baby and you gave her no way to seek help. You left me no way to contact her, even know where she was. I get physically sick now whenever I'm away from my daughter because of you. Something as simple as her going to school, I'm in panic mode. Because I'm scared when she comes back, she's going to be hurt all over again.
Ma'am, she was never hurt at school. She was hurt because you left her with a man that was not her father that you barely knew. That daughter, she's the only one who had to go through what she went through. The mother is up here acting like she went through the same thing. If I was the judge, I would tell her that. I would tell her that. You are the reason your daughter is going to have to suffer for the rest of her fucking life. You are. Your neglect. Everything you say he is, apparently that shit worked on you. It didn't work on your daughter. It worked on you. Many children can discern when there's a fucking wolf in sheep's clothing. Many of them tell y'all straight up, somebody tell me I'm lying. Many of these children have told the mother straight up, I don't like him.
These women are always touting how smart they are, but constantly being beguiled.
Yep, they're smart as hell. Before after this shit happens, they are wonderful Monday morning quarterbacks. There are many of these girls who told these mothers straight up, I don't like him. I'm not comfortable around him. There are many of these boys who told their mothers straight up, I don't like him. I don't like her. I'm uncomfortable around them. Because you want dick, you don't care. And that's the truth. But nobody will tell y'all that but me. Everybody else is going to make this woman out to be a fucking victim. Me, I think she's a victimizer. The only difference between her and Brother Polight is the fact that y'all view him as wrong and y'all view her as a victim, but they did the same thing. They both victimized the same child. That child was victimized twice by two different people. Somebody tell me I'm lying. One of them is getting off as a fucking hero. That child was victimized twice by the one, and the worst victimization is the one that the child or the public won't see. The worst victimization is by the one the child trusted. The child didn't trust Brother Polight. The child didn't know Brother Polight. You brought Brother Polight to that damn child. You brought that child to the altar of a nigga you fucking. Many of y'all women take your children to the altar of a nigga you fucking. But these women don't seem to care about their children, and that's why these men seek out single mothers. I didn't touch anything in the first place, but that's why these men seek out single mothers, because they view single mothers as easier prey. They understand that single mothers have become desperate people, and probably they became single mothers out of desperation in the first place.
That is true.
You rarely get any single mothers that are single because they were married and got a divorce.
What was that guy?
What Tommy's saying is true. They usually go for single mothers.
Chicken? We eating chicken or tacos?
No, oven pizza.
And the thing about women is that there's no more selfish group of people than women. You see what the Joe Jonas's wife did. Women are selfish. If women don't want you, they don't want you, and they don't care. If they don't want their family, if they don't want their children, whatever it is that women decide that they do want, everything else be damned. When they decide they don't want you, everything else be damned.
Joe Jonas is a Disney star.
Women do not feel any remorse for fucking up your life.
Oh, I thought it was like the Jonas Brothers' dad is.
No, that Jonas Brothers. That guy, one of them.
Oh, he's a Jonas brother.
Yeah.
They don't feel any remorse for killing children. They don't feel any remorse for harming children. They don't feel any remorse for putting them in harm's way. I don't know if y'all saw the story about that Jared, where that one woman was prostituting out her children, and was even making videos saying she was sending text messages to Jared, then talking about how she wanted to have sex with her own daughters. And at the time they were 13 and 15. She didn't care. Women are really evil people. They do not care. And the sad part is a lot of you men are running around believing that these women are innocent. Women cause more problems than they solve. Women cause way more problems than they solve. Most of the time, it's a bunch of people running behind women. Now, at least Joe Jonas had enough balls to say, "Let me just take my children and leave." What a lot of men can't do when they find out a hoe being a hoe, they can't leave. Joe Jonas saw that all he needed to see on his Ring doorbell, he got the fuck out. He didn't wait.
She got caught on the Ring doorbell.
He didn't sit down and have a discussion with her about, can we make it work? Will you stop fucking around on me? Will you please respect me? He got the fuck out. He said, these kids are more important. And he went right on and filed for divorce. Let me go and leave you. Since you like whoring, let me let you out. Let me let me not get in the way of you whoring. I can't stop you from whoring. Let me stop myself from being caught up in your whoring. Because you're going to get somebody hurt or killed. Because when they like dick, they don't care about anybody else. How many of you men have realized that? When they want dick, they'll ruin everybody's life and they'll ruin everything around them to go get it. Right. Sparkle took her niece to R. Kelly. Yep. These men aren't out snatching these kids. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Did y'all notice these men aren't out snatching these children? Motherfuckers aren't on the playground, turn around and somebody snatched a kid. Y'all notice that? That's not what happened. But we want to sit around and pretend that men are the problem, and they have never talked about R. Kelly did not bring those girls to himself. Every one of them were brought to him by women, typically mothers. Chance of us reconciling. Women, a chance of us reconciling. Cults are dominated by women. Church is dominated by women. Somebody tell me when I lied. Dominated by women. Women love to talk about it. Women love to talk about the Lord. I dated a girl who mama and her would always talk about the Lord, and then her mama would always send her videos and shit of some other man, knowing that her daughter run behind men. So then thought about it. I said, oh, but he's a pastor, so he's different. He's an internet pastor, so internet pastors don't do anything wrong. They don't like pussy.
Yeah, they got
There's no scandals involving internet pastors. Nah. Why is it that y'all are listening to these internet gurus and falling in line with what an internet guru is telling you? Fuck this man. And these women, I don't feel sorry for you at all. I feel sorry for your children. Why that bitch gave her victim impact statement, what would have been great is when she gave her victim impact statement, one of the fucking impacts she should have talked about was how she impacted her daughter's life. Because if it was not for her, your daughter wouldn't have been a victim.
But see, the thing is that,
right.
You know, now it's my word.
All right. For the main attraction here, Brother Polight was a follower of Dwight York, who is a convicted pedo. So his followers have been suppressed. Oh, I damn video. Hold on, wait, I can't do it from here. I gotta open it. It's like it's not going right. Fuck. True, did Oklahoma hold on for the victory? David, I see Colorado got their ass whooped.
Bad.
Oklahoma, Ohio State barely beat Notre Dame. Tennessee won. Alabama barely won. A whole bunch of eakers today.
Next week's gonna be good.
Let's see. Yesterday.
Ooh, we're only up a touchdown.
All right, I'm in the right thing.
Just give me a second. I'll figure this out. Thank you to all the people who guys to see something. There's a story about this man named Dr. York. And Dr. York, for you guys who don't remember, was a really big influence on a guy by the name of Brother Polight. He was a huge influence on Brother Polight. And I had heard this name, but I know nothing about those people. If you know anything about him, if you know anything about, let's say, Young Pharaoh, even the brother who came on the show before, I wish he would come back. I actually want to bring him on the show to ask him about this. Shaka Omos, was that his name? I want to make sure I say his name right. Shaka Omos, when he came on the show, he also was one of those, I guess, I don't know what you would call them. They are a group of people who believe that blacks are Egyptians. It's something. I'm not really sure exactly what it is that they believe. They believe it. That's all that matters. And I got something going wrong with my computer. It really is.
I can't right now.
It's acting a punk at this point. Nothing works. But Brother Polight was a huge follower of his, and I found myself watching something on Max, and I was watching something about colts, and not baby horses, not 45s, not
Indianapolis.
Or if you're old school, Baltimore.
not the malt liquor. Not jam. Not Indianapolis. But don't be telling me it's about time. Hit that link in the description box. Hit that. You want me to tell me it's about time? Hit that tip jar. Do that. And I saw a few of you guys. I didn't say anything about it, but I made like this GoFundMe. The only place I can make one on my it's on my all my links. You can make one, and I didn't even announce it. And there were people who actually went over there and started to hit it. So I appreciate you guys who did it. I think that is pretty awesome. Carol said, support because of the flags. So I think that's cool. You guys can go over there. It's the only one I can have. I can't really advertise it. I don't have a Twitch. I mean, a Twitter or nothing to advertise it. So it's just there. You won't get any notifications on Twitter, sir, because are you trying to be funny? Are you trying to be funny? No notification on Twitter. Are you trying to be funny? I'm assuming you're trying to be funny. Because out of all the places you could get a notification from, it's shocking that you would come over here and say this. Knowing that I had just been advertising, I've been flagged from there. Why would you wonder why you didn't get a notification from Twitter? There's a guy by the name of Dwight York. He had a lot of names. Now, Dwight York, let's see if I can throw something out here. I'm gonna make a little, not like a funny, but something to make you think. Hear me out. Where's Dwight York and Brother Polight from?
New York.
If you believe that Dwight York was the original and Brother Polight follows him, then what would you call Brother Polight?
A Yorkie.
Well, right, troll on Streamlabs. If Dwight York is the original and Brother Polight wants to be him, then he's the New York.
Oh, I see.
Good job, my God friend Jerry. He's the New York. I'll be here all week. So the brothers from New York just so happen to be the New York. But this man was convicted and has still been in jail for child molestation, all kinds of stuff. So I want you guys to take a look at this episode because it's shocking. Now, there are people who don't believe, and I'm not either one of them. I just look at it as the system does what the system does, and it's really easy to get a brother to take a plea. If that makes any sense. It's if you threaten somebody with 100 years, they'll take 7. You have somebody like I guarantee you that thank you. I guarantee you that what's his name wish he had taken that plea. Danny Masterson. It's a lot of people. There was a guy who I saw spent 30 years in jail. They found out he
was out for like 3 or 4 initially. He was like, hell no.
He was innocent, but he refused to take a plea for a murder he said he did not commit. Even after he had been in jail for 17 years, they said if he will just admit that he did it, they would let him out. He said no, and he spent 13 more years in jail. There's some conviction after the conviction. He was in jail 17 years, and they came to him with a plea after spending 17 years in jail. They said, if you will just admit that you did this, we'll let you out. He said no. He almost died of cancer in jail. Spent, it was 27 total, almost 30 years in jail. But he refused to take a plea. Now, he better than the majority of human beings. Because that's the reason why they threaten you with so many numbers, so they can get cases off the books. Right. Tory Lanez could have taken a 4-year plea, didn't. Now he's doing 10. But even if you look at that, for what they claim he did, 10 years is way on the low end. If he was convicted of it. But if Tory had taken the 4, I don't think it's a felony. I think it's a state crime. He probably could have been out in a year and a half. But people act like jail is easy. A year and a half is a lot of time. Somebody said they offered Charles Manson a deal. I can believe that because they didn't have a case against him. We have too many cases in the United States where they have people who there shouldn't have been a case against them, where there was a case against them. I'm sorry, y'all. A lot of these people should not have been in the position that they're in, where they're in jail right now. So what I'm going to do is let you guys take a look at this, and I want you guys real opinion. My ex is serving 7 to life. He's been down 6 years. They offered him a 3-year plea. He was just telling me the other day if he could go.
Give me a second. Whole team shining, we stars, Big Dipper. Get a lot of hate, state gang in the sippers. Niggas ain't real, nigga. You gotta feel me, nigga. Smile in my face behind my back, you trying to kill me, nigga. You say you got beef, then what you wanna do? You screaming, fuck me, nah, nigga, fuck you. You ain't hard at me. Couple kick dough, couple robbery. Nigga get extorted, get aborted, he don't pay the fee. Posted in the north, got the 2 to 4 recipe. I be cooking chicken bit, not talking rotisserie. I got all my hater mad, I know that they sick of me. Who the fuck he think he is? Motherfucker MB3, I honestly pay him no attention. They up under me. Haters call me Visa cause I'm everywhere they wanna be. Ladies, man, catch me with more honeys than a bumblebee. Say she got a husband, but she always wanna suck the D. State gang, true sipper, who these nigga wanna be. I've been getting money since a younger. I've been pushing peace, stay strapped. Gotta watch your back when you're in the streets. Friends turn to foes, never know who your enemy. I was in Detroit, he ain't keep the same energy. West side down the slide, I don't think he feeling me. I was on some demon time, nigga talking about killing me. Then no business, let's see all that shit that you gon' do to me. Come outside while you
go back, he still wouldn't take it,
You know,
because he's not going to plead guilty.
That was
That's
Dewey
a
Bozella.
Who?
Oh, Dewey
You said
Bozella.
who?
He was you might know him from he was like Dewey Bozella. I think that's what who Tommy's talking about, because he did 26 years. Well, he was framed for murder or whatever, but his big claim to fame after prison is he wanted to have one professional boxing fight, and I think he was like 52 years old, and he finally got his one fight and he won. I just thought that was cool. It's a pretty inspirational story if you look him up.
man right there. He may not be the sage somewhat, but he's definitely the sage some need, aka Tommy Sotomayor. Believe that? Hit that link in the description box. Go ahead, hit that link. Say it with your chest. You believe what you said? Say it with your chest. Hit the link. The best kind of love you can show. Is the link in there? It is too. Yeah, it is. Do the thing. Don't let it scare you. Let's take a look, y'all. I'm going to see if this plays. If it doesn't, I just...
The red propelling down the helicopter. What we found is surreal.
50 to 75 children were found in the hall of Polight, White York.
Dwight York just said that lie after lie. He felt like he took our virginity with connected his lawyer to him.
He's the days in the world, and all
His voice is captivating. You can't understand the magnitude of the horrific acts that occurred. He awoke she told on
Shout out to my man Tony D2 Wow. It's an echo shit. Hold on.
What he's showing is apparently People's Magazine did a thing on quote to Dr. York made it. They got him up there with the white boy that went to Jonesboro and everything. Not Jonesboro, Johannesburg, whatever the fuck it was called.
You mean Jonestown?
Yeah, whatever. I'm all the way wrong. Whatever it's called. You know the white guy, Jim Jones. Yeah, they've accused me of being him.
Yeah. Oh.
Neighborhood of Bushwick, Brooklyn, there is a religious leader who is giving new hope to a community.
Is it working now?
We live by the word of Allah. You know, he would give these speeches preaching Black Power. He was an extremely charismatic guy. And so for the downtrodden and the people that wanted answers, he was the guy that would provide that for them.
Where is our tomorrow?
Come on, y'all.
Only tomorrow we have.
Right.
The White Dwarf is complex. When you were around him, you were mesmerized by him. Just so charismatic. It was just amazing. I thought that York was a messiah. Then you found out that you were dealing with something completely other than what you thought. I grew up in Queens, New York, in a single parent household. So was my mom and my old.
Doesn't it always start out the same? I grew up in a single parent household. Yep, that's where it starts.
That was his playback that was echoing.
My mother had to work. She was a nurse.
My mother had to work. She was a nurse.
So she had to work graveyard shifts. My brother and I spent a lot of time at my grandmother's house.
Yep, his grandmother is a staunch Christian who reads Bible stories to a young, curious Ruby every day.
As a child, I was very into Bible stories. You know, I always wondered about life and what we were here to do. Always looking for something.
Was a beautiful little girl, and her mom was beautiful.
Here, what my purpose is supposed to be
we
in this life.
watching
and I got disappointed by things I saw around me, you know, in the world.
At only 4 years old, Ruby comes face to face with racism, and it changes her life forever.
My mom and I went to the grocery store. She had to pick up a couple of things. It was crowded, and I broke away from my mom. When I was trying to catch up to my mom,
send it to me, Joe.
I got hit by a grocery cart by an elderly white woman. I turned and I couldn't say anything. Then another elderly white woman came on my other side, and they both had me blocked in between grocery carts and squishing. And they were both saying to me, say excuse me, and I said, Mommy! It made me feel that white people didn't think I was important enough, because they wouldn't have done that to a little white girl, you know, in a grocery store. They would have tried to help her find her mom or find out who she was with.
I guess.
The experience you had a...
I was in the grocery store, and while I was in the grocery store, I got caught in between. I was 4 years old. I got caught in between two grocery carts. And when I got caught in between the two grocery carts, the women told me, say, excuse me. And so therefore my thought was, well, these women are racist.
I guess you connected.
No comment.
I sure just was like, wait a minute, where's the racism in it?
Because if it was a little white girl,
like, did they call her a little nigger girl or anything? They just told her to say excuse me. They were mean, but no racial epithets or slurs. That's okay. And I said, well, I guess if you feel that if it was a little white girl, they would have helped. I guess, but racism, who'd have thunk it?
They would have been nicer to me. And you thought that at 4 years old? At 4 years old, this is what you thought.
There were no racist.
If I was white, it let me realize that white people don't like black people, and that's how it starts.
And she didn't say white people punched her, white people stabbed her, white people didn't even call her a name. Literally, these white people did not try to help me find where I was from. They would have did it to a white girl. So that made me realize these white people are racist.
Say, excuse me.
And you know what's worse? She was just like the nigga in the first verse. No, you know what's worse? The white people are going to go ahead and explain this away. I want y'all to hear this again. Her story of racism. Listen to her story of racism and then listen to how the white people explain it away like she was a real victim. Listen.
And it makes sense to why I was here, what my purpose is supposed to be in this life. And
hold on, let me tell y'all something too. You white people think y'all slick. If this story is about child molestation and child rape, the white people think they're slick. Y'all ain't slick, white people. No, y'all ain't slick. This story is supposed to be about child molestation, child rape. So why do they have that picture of that little girl up there like this? Why? Go on, somebody tell me why they got the picture of this little girl with the thing sticking in her mouth. Come on, white people, explain that to me. Y'all edited this shit.
Nikki, as long as I got you in here, I'll never be dry. I don't know what you people are talking about. Like, what do y'all want from me? What? Who are you? I've never seen you before. What do you want from me? But I can guarantee I'm doing better than what you do. I don't even know who you are. Never heard of you. Never seen you before. But I guarantee I got more people watching than you do. Like, what do you want from me? I'm sorry, I'm not beefing and arguing with niggas and repeating drama from 2018 like you're used to. I have no time for it. I'm sorry. This is weeding away the fuck people. But every blue moon, I see the J4K trolls are just popping out. Like, what the fuck do y'all want from me? Y'all know I ignored the fuck out of y'all people. Y'all can't make me do nothing I don't want to do. I don't have no interest in anything y'all people got going on over there. This y'all world, y'all can have it. Why are you here? You came to tell me it's dry up in here while being up in here. I got more people watching than your favorite YouTuber. I guarantee that. Could you come from an op? I guarantee it. I'm just saying. Are you done now? All right, I'm back to pushing button.
There's plenty of pictures of her when she was little. And none of the pictures needed to be like that at all. Am I dumb? Am I stupid? I'm no dummy. I know what they're doing. There is no reason for that photo. None.
Person with a living subs told me it's dry up in here. I mean, just imagine a person whose biggest video is 360 views is telling me it's dry up in here. Y'all people gotta stop.
Purpose is supposed to be.
Wait, fuck it. If you just look at the all-time views on her channel has been up for 6 years, 440 views, but it's dry up in her. All right, then. You got it.
That's like,
and just lingering on that bitch.
Pointed by things I saw around me, in the world.
Thank you, Joe.
Ruby comes face to face with racism, and it changes her life forever.
My mom and I went to the grocery store.
You subscribe for 20 minutes to be able to type.
She had to pick up a couple of things. It was crowded,
Sure
and I broke away from my mom when I was trying to catch up to my
I
mom.
subscribed for 20 minutes to type in.
I got hit by a grocery cart by an elderly white woman. I turned and I couldn't say anything. Then another elderly white woman came on the other side, and they both had me blocked in between grocery carts and squished me. And they were both saying to me, say excuse me, say excuse me. And I said, Mommy! It made me feel that white people didn't think I was important enough, because they wouldn't have done that to a little white girl, you know, in a grocery store. They would have tried to help her find a mom or find out who she was with.
At 4.
The experience she had a profound impact on her, and it changed the way she saw herself. You know, she realized discrimination for the first time, and it carried on for her, you know, as a young adult.
That's some good white explaining.
Do you see how the white people sit up there and explain this shit? The so-called psychologists? Oh, well, what happened was she realized racism for the very first time after this. She carried this on into her adulthood. Because at 4 years old, she realized, one, she couldn't talk when the first lady pushed the cart up against her. And they just sandwiched her in the cart. And they kept saying, say excuse me. And she said, oh my God, this is racism at 4. And that went her down the road of white people ain't shit.
Think about everything else in your life that you perceive.
Now, hold on a minute. You know what she didn't say? I'm sorry, y'all. I keep stopping like this. But you know what she didn't say? She didn't realize that her mother didn't give a shit about her when she realized the white parents didn't send their damn siblings off to stay with their mom. To stay with their grandmother. She should have realized that white mothers take better care of their kids because white mothers had fathers for their kids and the black mothers didn't. Did she say that? Did she say, well, I should have realized the white mothers care more about their kids because they have more time for them. They don't just send them on the motherfucking subway to go stay with somebody else. Why didn't she say that? So you didn't realize that? Nope. And if you say that today, when I pointed out, well, it's a problem. You can't say that. That is messed up. But you can send your kids off to be with somebody and never say, that made me realize that white people care more about their kids because, well, my white friends had fathers. Where did you learn about how these white people would have treated a white girl of your age? How did this 4-year-old learn this? I want somebody to explain to me, how did this 4-year-old put in the 4-year-old's own mind that had I been a white child, they would have helped me find who my parents are? How did she know this? At 4.
It was in her DNA.
Had she experienced a lot of white children being lost and white people seeing them and saying, hey, where's your parents? At 4. Do y'all see how bullshit of these stories are? But then you see who's telling these stories all the time. You see who's constantly lying like this all the time. She's acting like, had this been a black woman, this would not have happened. If it had been a black woman that almost hit you, ma'am, or you almost hit her cart, she would have told you, your bad ass need to go find your parents. She'd have cussed you out. But you want to act like these white people be so nice to white kids. And even if they are, let's just go down that rabbit hole. Yes, white people are nicer to white children. Well, bitch, where were the black people at? You couldn't have been rich, remember? That's why you got to sit. That's why your mom had to send y'all to the Nubians. That's why your mom was sending you to your grandma. You wasn't rich. So where were the black folks? We always depend on white people to do for us and then get mad if white people don't do for us as they would have done for themselves or as they would have done for their own. We're the same group of people that tell people we should buy black. black first. Y'all see how inconsistent this shit is? We can yell black first, black first, black first all damn day. Cool, nothing wrong with it. I'm with it. But if we can yell black first all day, why the fuck would white people need to say black first too? Can one of you white people explain that to me? Why is it that we can say we should take care of black people first, but white people got to take care of black people just like they would take care of whites? Does any of you black people out there who subscribe to this, can some of y'all tell me why these white people should fall in line with blacks like this? I'm just curious how that works. Let's listen to more of this bullshit.
I just started thinking differently about religions. The Bible portrayed a white Jesus. That's not the way Jesus probably looked. I started looking for spiritual things or religious things that...
All this from that incident.
As a black person.
All this from that incident.
Questions of race and religion.
If you're not black, you don't belong in this room.
All right now.
It's a black thing.
Dwight York is attracting followers in New York City, delivering sermons that weave ideas of black power with traditionalism.
He said weave.
His congregation goes through several name changes before settling on the United Nubian Nation of Moors, and his followers are called Nubians.
Original man, Asiatic black man, Jamaican, older, breathing patterns, the father of civilization and God of the universe.
When Dwight York started, he was involved with the Black Panther movement, the Nation of Islam. At first, he was like a bit player in the movement, but that's not what Dwight York wanted. Dwight York wanted to be the star.
In 1972, York's growing congregation moves to Bushwick, Brooklyn. His most loyal followers are invited to live in communal housing, where everyone is separated by gender and age. The children attend Nubian school, the women work in York's office, and the men go out into the streets to recruit new members. When Ruby is 14 years old, the I
ain't gonna lie, I can see how these men, especially straight out of jail, will want to be a part of this little group, especially if they can lead one of them.
Nubian recruiter approaches her in a local beauty salon.
So I'm sitting there by myself, and this brother comes in all dressed in white. It was windy outside, so when he opened the door, it was like magical to me. You know, the wind blew in and his garbs were flowing, and I smelled all the sweet oil in the air. He's smelling good, and he walks over to me like this mystery person, you know, and I'm just like, why is he coming over to me? And he passes me this book. And I just sat there amazed. I read that book from cover to cover, and it struck that chord in me that was affected by racism. So I was hooked.
Racism, there we go.
Encounter in the beauty salon. Ruby's recruiter takes her to hear York preach at his headquarters in Brooklyn.
Walking down Bushwick Avenue, you had the brothers with the boom boxes and the rosters on the corner. Finally, to get closer to that community, the whole scenery changed. I started seeing little children running around in these garbs. They were speaking another language I didn't understand.
15.
I saw this big star and crescent needle in the air.
15.
It felt safe.
15.
It felt positive. It
15.
felt magical.
15.
And
15.
It was in a small auditorium. York was preaching.
That he's our father, and I'm his son, and my father is what I am, and I am what my father is. When you see me, you see my father, and when you see me, you see God.
I was amazed. Wow, this is somebody who looks like me, and they're calling him a prophet.
You are God incarnate. You
15.
When I was 16, I dropped out of high school to join the community. I felt like it was my soul salvation to do it. Nothing else matters. School didn't.
When I was 16, I had just got my mustache. I I was hanging out with the Nuwabians. And I said, I've only been hanging with these Nuwabians since I was 15. Note, her mother is nowhere to be found. Where the parents? Where the adults? So a grown-ass man can come pick you up at the beauty salon at 15 and drag you down the street.
How she get better to go to the beauty salon?
Because he got on a white robe. After you've been hanging out with her for a minute, you said, "I'll fuck school. I want to go hang out with them." No adults, nowhere to be found. The only adults was the one that was trying to beat your back out and trying to shave your mustache.
Didn't matter, college didn't matter, my family didn't matter anymore. I just had to be there.
Ruby isn't the only woman who falls under York's spell.
I know it comes when I see
Some
one.
are brought into the cult as young children with their mothers.
I was born, raised, and baptized Christian, but when I was 5, my mom came across one of the books. She connected with that ideology.
Only decision you'll ever want to make on your own is when you make up your mind not to believe that Jesus, a white hippie, is God's honest.
Nikki's mom becomes a passionate follower of York's. She converts to Islam and makes drastic changes to her and her daughter's lives.
My wardrobe changed.
Second child. The second child. What is the story behind the second child, ladies and gentlemen? Go on. Take a guess. We heard the story behind the first child. What's the story behind the second child? Oh, no father. Single mom. I don't believe this. 2 in a row? This is unheard of. I would have never thought that a lot of this stuff starts off with single moms. Why don't we have any of these single fathers telling these stories? Come on, somebody explain to me. Why do you not hear those stories from those single fathers that say, well, I just decided to let my daughter go hang out with this nigga. It's no stories like this. Why not? For all you black ladies out there who think I'm a horrible person, please show me the story of the black man who said, let me drop my daughter off with this nigga. Let me just drop my daughter off with this random nigga. Tell me the story of the black father who didn't know where the fuck his daughter was.
I'm not supposed to be laughing this hard.
Tell me that story. It's some fathers in the comment section right now. And you know how this.
I'm not supposed to be laughing this hard. But y'all know damn well Gracie gonna have hell with me trying to get away from me. Like, where's you going? You with who? Doing what? What's going on? She gonna have hell.
She's gonna have to learn some, like, you know, Mission Impossible.
She has to learn some stealth tactics. I don't know what to tell her.
It is. If our kids tell us they get out of school at 3, they better call us at 3:05. If they 3:30 they haven't called, we pretty pissed. If they tell us they gonna be home at 8:30, you better tell me at 7:20 you're on your way. If you don't, we got a problem. We don't really have that shit. Oh, Dad, they're staying out till 1 in the morning. I don't give a fuck what they're doing. But I don't give a fuck. Dad, I want to get some weave down to my back. No. Dad, I want to get some eyelet. No. Dad, can my boyfriend spend the night? No.
Makeup? No. Nail
Thank you for
polish?
the entertainment.
No.
Oh, no problem. We could literally be in the house with a chick beating her back out. You can't. We could be a dope dealer. You still can't date a dope dealer. Moms do this shit. All these stories start off the same way. We still want to act like there's no problem, though.
How we ate changed. We would study the Quran. We learned Arabic from Arabic teachers.
If you want to get the devil out of your face, stop smiling in his face.
Nikki is 11 years old when she moves into York's commune with her mom and her 2 younger siblings.
Nikki's mom, she was a single mom in kind of financial straits, and she was made the promise, come join us. We will take care of you and your daughter. Just come live with us and you won't have any worries.
If you move into York's commune, he provides you with shelter and food and work, but in return for what he gives you, he demands complete control over every aspect of your life, right down to which male follower you're going to marry and have children with.
For some odd reason, it's a little more difficult for Puffy to say, well, you niggas need to come stay with, if you niggas can come stay with me, but y'all got to suck my dick when you come. It's a little more difficult for Puffy to do that. We'd be like, well, I probably could be, I'll just sleep on other niggas' couches. For some odd reason, the excuse of I don't have, so I'll leech off of a man is a good excuse for a woman. These same women who are supposed to be so strong. Them. Let that sink in. Well, I don't know. I was struggling. I had these kids, and he told me he'd take care of these kids. You damn right you sucking dick when you come in here, ma'am. You got 2 kids, and the niggas you had them with ain't helping. If you want to live in here with us, you sucking dick and clean it. That's all you doing all day. If I catch you not cleaning or not sucking dick, you gonna leave. Well, that's rude. No. You nigga left you with them kids. He rude. You know, I mean, I wanted somebody to just take me and just give me everything.
As for himself, York is a proud polygamist and defends the practice by loosely citing passages in the Quran.
Polygamy isn't a red flag for York's followers because York was the savior.
It shouldn't be.
Everyone wanted to have a relationship with York.
At this point, York is having sex with dozens and dozens of women. Some of these women were the other brother's wives, and they were considered York's concubines. But his favorites were invited to join the family as one of his wives. If you were a woman in the cult and you were invited into York's personal harem, it was considered the greatest gift.
One of my really close friends came to me personally and she said, you know, why don't you join the family? At that time, why would I not want to be with the greatest?
Now, can't y'all see how the typical brother will listen to these stories and be like, yeah, I want to be like that cat. From what y'all have heard right now, you'll be a fool if you were a man and you die. I want to be like that. You damn right. This sounds like a great deal, and I'd do it.
This man on the planet. I walked into his apartment and he asked me to shut the door behind me. And he was sitting on this little couch. So I went over to the couch and my natural instinct was to kneel.
No, it's the sexual joke cover. I know.
I sensed it too, yeah.
Her natural instinct was to kneel. Yeah, he finna go left.
Joker coming.
I bet it was. Y'all see what they doing? This show ain't shit.
So, well,
this show ain't shit.
At least he blamed it on the show.
As soon as I got in the room, I just got on my knees. That was my natural instinct.
My heart was beating, you know, out of my chest. You know what I'm saying? I can learn anything you want me to do. I want to be here. I want to help you. And I want to be a part of your family. 2 days later, he said yes. At the time when I married him, I was 19. He gave me a diamond ring.
And I was so happy. I cried. I spent about a month or two living with him, family, like a little honeymooning period.
During this honeymoon period, Ruby sleeps with York. She isn't a virgin. She honors the moment as if it's her first time.
Wait, hold up.
So he get her, she been in the little group with them since she was 15. He finally get a chance to get the pussy. If she ain't no virgin. This is how our black coats are. Our young white coats, all they young girls virgins. It's not ours. These bitches out there fucking, and before we get them, they done already been broke in like a old Spalding glove. Oh, that wasn't my first time. No, but this is my first time with him. And this is my first time that day. He been with this girl since she was 15, and she still was no virgin. God, dog.
I felt special because I'm looking at being in his family as a privilege, some honor of service.
Ruby is overjoyed as she settles into her new role as York's wife. But all of that changes one day when she notices a teenage girl come to his apartment.
She was only 15 or 16 at the time when she was.
How the fuck does that bother you, ma'am? Y'all see the bullshit? Okay, we just got married, everything going good. A 16-year-old comes in, and you're 19, and you're bothered. But how? But how? Oh, that's too young. Bitch, you've been on your own since you 15. You've been out here sucking dick since you were 15. It's all right for you to suck dick long as it ain't over 21. Please explain to me this. Oh, no, but this is crazy. You've been on your own walking the damn street letting strange men in white overcoats come and pick you up since you were 15. Shut up.
Was coming around him. Then one day he actually had a conversation with me about this young girl. He said he would take her to the back and he would have anal sex with her because he liked the size of her behind. I'm standing there while he's telling me.
And that's what I said about these niggas that's going around the internet just following the bitches with big ass. So you know what to your new wife? I need me a girl that's down with me like that. I just come to her and tell her, hey, look, got my dick sucked. And she tell me, great, I need that. Because apparently other niggas around me can get it, but I can't. But apparently this shit is a normal thing. So he goes and tell this one, oh, I've just been fucking this girl in the ass because it's big. Right, thank you. This was just jealousy. This had nothing to do with she thought it was right or wrong. It was just jealousy.
Telling me this, and I'm like, she's a minor and a virgin. When he told me,
this bitch said she's a minor and a virgin. How the fuck do you know this girl is a virgin? You added she's a virgin in that. You don't know, bitch. You weren't a virgin when you were her age, and you were 19.
Me this story about violating her. In my mind, I'm saying, is he testing me? I was terrified.
Bitches always yelling they was terrified. That's why women should not be allowed to be single parents, because they the only motherfuckers out they terrified. You don't hear men always talking about they was terrified like this, so they gave up their children. Men holler they were terrified, so they let the rape of other people just go on.
Minus the kid stuff, dude was living the dream.
Right, that's what I said. I'm not waiting because he went too far. Before that, though, I want his life. I want everything he had. Fuck all that shit. I want a new Wabian. I want to be an old Wabian.
That's what his victim was saying. He was like, oh man, he didn't fix his flaws. He went too far.
I'll be a do-Wabian. So you listen to this. She thought, well, is he testing me? But then you were afraid, so you did nothing.
And we think that women should be the primary caregivers of children when they're always afraid and do nothing to protect their children or other children. Now, let this sink in. She wouldn't do anything to protect a child. But you got grown ass bitches thinking that niggas are supposed to help them and stop bricks from hitting them in the face.
I gotta watch this.
After moving into Dwight York's Brooklyn commune, Ruby Garnett is tapped to join his inner circle. When she's lost tapped. Of course, she's elated.
Oh shit, this must be like a Netflix thing, because this says season 1, episode 6. Oh, it's a whole docu-series.
It's on HBO.
It's a who?
HBO Max.
Oh, well, I need to. It was something I was. Oh, let me go to Prime. I need to go to Prime, and they got me a free subscription because I'm a Prime. I give me a free subscription. I'm gonna look it up. Oh, and then I noticed something. I seen Armando and them was live earlier playing the game and stuff while they was on the screen and talking shit. So barely you can stream some things. You just have to be talking and shit, I guess, the whole time, because that's what they was doing. Like, they was literally talking over the game and all of that good stuff. But you definitely could see the game, and they had the commercials and shit going too, eh? So we're gonna see. We're gonna find some shit. Cause I still want to do that Buster Murdoch interview. I still want that. I just ain't want to pay the $1.99. Somebody hit the cash app so we can watch the.
But I actually talked through my Pete Semper shit, and I got fucking they took my video down. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Figure it out.
It's just look at the draw, I guess. Because that show was like, how the fuck? I seen him like he was live for an hour. So I was like, shit, he been going with the live game. It was Colorado, Oregon.
He went 6 hours, I think.
Damn.
Yeah. Shout out to Armando.
Maybe the tennis people ain't going with that shit. NCAA don't give two shits probably. I definitely know they ain't gonna be able to get away with no NFL game. Shut down within 5 minutes of being over. Unless, now I have noticed, because I used to watch the morning shows like Undisputed and shit. You have to have a filter in it or something blocking, like half the screen showing or some shit, or have it inverted. You just have to do something where it's not shown the original way.
And they say
let you slide.
It helps if you put like something in the background, like music wise or something, background noise. So they say. I don't know. I haven't tried that yet.
Colorado State bounced back, it appears.
But then
no mom.
horrified when she learns that York is sodomizing one of his underage female followers.
I'm standing there while he's telling me this, and I'm like,
when she learns that York is sodomizing one of his underage female followers.
I'm standing there while he's telling me this, and I'm like, how dare you? Even though I was having a mental.
She must be from Bronx River. Poppy, son Campbell. How dare you?
Battle about what he was doing and what I felt was right or wrong. I still said, well, maybe there's something that, I don't understand.
See? Did nothing.
The great day and time we're living. These are the days at the end of the world when all the prophecies are being fulfilled. And for me to be here amongst you today, to break this spell, I merely ask you to give me your attention.
A little after I joined the community, my mom became one of his wives.
There you go.
That meant I was one of his children, and I looked up to him. That's my dad.
At this point, Dwight York has 30 wives and 100 children.
Woo!
And
my dog,
girls like Nikki are starting to be treated differently than some of the other girls.
He would give us like little treats. Oh, I'm gonna get you guys soda. That was like a big deal. Like, oh wow, we got soda. Or watch cartoons or TV. He gave us t-shirts. We're like, we have short sleeve t-shirts that no one else has.
That's why these girls need fathers.
Mother was one of my co-wives. Nikki was part of that young clique who spent a lot of time with York. Parents figured to be with this man, to be with York was an honor. It was a privilege.
You felt it was.
York's behavior was that of a typical pedophile. It completely starts out with gaining the
look at him, you look like a player.
The first and foremost step in this process was that your parent is telling you that this is God and this is our Savior. So they believed they were supposed to do whatever they needed to do to please him.
York tells them that in the Sudan, where he claims to trace his roots from, that it is absolutely normal for an elder man in the family to teach young girls about sex.
When I was 13 years old, one of the wives, she had a conversation with me and said, York would be the person that would teach me about sex, and she would help me and talk to me because, you know, these are things that you want to know as a growing woman.
What did I tell y'all last night? Can somebody tell me how I've lied at any point? Did I not tell y'all last night? The people who pimping these little girls out is who? The women. It's always the women. Well, who told them little girls that they must sleep with that man? It wasn't other men. There were no men that went in here and sit down and assuaged these girls' fears and said, this is what you need to do. Nope. It was a woman. That's right. It was a woman going to the kids and saying, you gotta let this man fuck you. These black women, these beautiful black queens, these best mothers on earth. Same story. All around the world, same song. See, they clown around when they hang around with the underground. It's the same fucking song.
I can't take Tommy nowhere.
When Nikki was around 13, he started teaching her different sexual techniques. York said that it was like completely normal. And this is a typical thing for a cult, is to brainwash you into thinking like deviant behavior is actually normal.
In those times, he started fondling us. Things happened so frequently that you didn't get a chance to really feel like what's really going on. I was confused because he told me basically that it was just this normal thing. One of the things that he told us is the person who takes your virginity, that's the person that you're always going to be connected to and loyal to.
Nikki rejects York's advantage.
Nikki looked like she was a cool of the gang.
Having sex with him is a show of loyalty.
Nikki looked like a nigga I used to sing back up with Earth, Wind and Fire.
His house, and he was just like, it's not a big deal. Like, why are you making this a big deal? It wasn't something that I wanted to do, and he just kind of held me down and just did it. It was rape when he took my virginity. I was 15. I was miserable. I used to write him many letters saying that I hated my life. And, you know, I wish I wasn't born, but there's nothing I could do about it. This is someone who, for all of my life, was our leader, our master teacher. So when you have that ingrained in you, you don't want to leave.
He went from being your master teacher to your masturbator.
And let God,
What's worse, white ladies with shopping carts are getting molested and are murdered by this so-called leader.
Why I do.
Uh-oh. I don't know if y'all heard that. Would you like me to play that again, young man? Or lady?
Let's hear it again.
What's worst? White ladies with shopping carts are getting molested and R-worded by this so-called leader?
The AI ain't shit.
Mm-hmm. Because it started off with them damn whites, those mean whites. The reason that we're in this situation ain't because I ain't shit mothers. Nope. It's because those mean whites. If it weren't for those mean whites, that's how it all started. The mean whites drove me to go hang out with the pedo. My parents would know, my mom was nowhere to be blamed because we can't blame her for not being a piece of shit. But you can't blame her for being irresponsible. Nope. So we got to blame the white man because the white man pushed me towards the pedophile because the pedophile was teaching me to be pro-black. And that's their thinking.
So much evil.
At this time, no one on the outside really has any clue about the sex crimes going on inside the cult. But law enforcement is starting to investigate other criminal activity.
I gotta get that outfit
to a New York.
I gotta get it.
Law enforcement in the Northeast, the FBI had knowledge that York was involved in other criminal activity that was not of a sexual nature. There was intelligence that his group was being funded by organized bank robbery efforts, counterfeit checks.
He had been investigated for a variety of different crimes in Brooklyn, and as a result of their investigations, he decided to move out of the state and to Eaton, Georgia.
In 1993, York announces that he is moving the commune down south, where they can build their own sovereign nation.
And that makes us a physical state with our own passports and our own taxes.
The property was out in Putnam County in a very rural area, a little over 400 acres. Much of it was bordered by the national park.
That's why them white people didn't like this black man. The devil came down to Georgia. For those who know country music, that's a doom, 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 doom. Anyway, he bought 400 acres of land. He didn't do like, he didn't do like Dr. Umar Johnson that's scamming you niggas and not having anything to show for it. He didn't do like any of these other motherfuckers out here scamming you niggas and ain't got shit to show for it. Tariq Nasheed ain't got no 400 acres for y'all motherfuckers to go live on. None of these other motherfuckers got any damn acres for y'all to take your black ass and go live on them. This man came down here to Georgia in the middle of these damn white people and bought 400 damn acres of land. That's what the problem was. If he'd kept raping little girls up in New York, nobody gave a shit. Somebody tell me I'm lying. If he'd have kept raping little black girls up in New York, he'd have kept that shit up in New York, nobody gave a shit. He brought his black ass down here and bought 400 acres around these white people. Hell no. Right, Charlie Daniels.
Charlie Daniels, damn it.
Isolation was very much a factor. They were coming to Georgia and they were going to form their own nation, not subject to the laws of the United States.
I got the message that I was chosen to be a part of the first trip to Georgia. He has a couple of us separate out cash. He had all these little briefcases. Each briefcase was between $8,000 and $10,000 that we each had to travel with.
Fake ass money.
He explained to us that in the event that we get pulled over and we get searched, that this is our money that we've been saving and we're traveling to Georgia on a vacation.
All them hoes had $8,000 a piece.
Oh, nation.
Straight cash.
But no one tells us what to do but us.
York's teachings take a very bizarre and unpredictable turn down in Georgia. What occurred in New York was just the tip of the iceberg.
you said this is
After spending over a decade in Brooklyn, Nubian Nation cult leader Dwight York announces to his followers that he is moving his commune to Eatonton, a small rural town in Georgia.
We're driving cross country. You see the rural areas that we weren't accustomed to seeing. We pulled onto the property and it was just open land. It was amazing.
As York makes a new home for his followers, he also makes significant changes to the cult's Islamic-based doctrine.
The doctrine started to change. He said the government would start targeting us if we stayed practicing Islam. He wanted us to blend in.
I can clearly remember the first time I ever saw a Nubian.
If he wanted y'all to blend in, he kept his black ass up in New York. You do not come to Eatonton, Georgia with a gang of black folks wearing white, talking about you want to blend in. You know, that ain't gonna happen. I don't give a fuck if you wearing exactly what the white people was wearing. You will not blend in.
White tail.
I remember pulling up into the grocery store and seeing a minibus pull up. 15 to 20 people get off of the bus, and they were dressed in cowboy garb. Hat, vest, boots, big belt buckles, completely not the way that we dress here.
Not the black cowboy.
When York's followers first showed up here, it looked like rodeo comes down.
I think maybe York's impression of Southerners is that this is how they dress. But in reality, of course, no one dressed like that. So he was either trying to fit in, or he was just mocking the locals and maybe...
This is why I hate you, New York.
People had to stop him, not because of the grapes, sadly.
Right. This is why I hate you, New York niggas. This is literally why I hate New York niggas. They really think that we just walking around like this. They just really do think that y'all don't give a shit. When I went to New York, when I was little, I'm from Atlanta. This motherfucker talking about y'all eat catfish and grits. I said, you son of a bitch. Nobody, why y'all? I hate y'all New York niggas. Y'all, I guess y'all don't have no books or nothing. I don't know.
Stoking the fire a little bit.
They really did stand out as a complete oddity. Who are these people and where they come from and why are they here?
You come down here insulting us.
Days, York tries on several new identities, and each one is more bizarre than the next. He claims to be Chief Black Thug.
Who the fuck wrote this? He said each one is more bizarre than the next. He said that wrong. He was supposed to say each one is more bizarre than the last. Instead, he said each one is more bizarre than the next. That meant that they were progressively getting better, sir, by your logic. If each one was more bizarre than the next, then that meant they were progressively getting better. They were getting less bizarre.
He using words.
I like words.
Thunderbird Eagle of the Yamasee Native American Moors of the Creek Nation.
I like he look like an Indian name. Like
he calls himself
Chief Nigga Homer.
Noon, an extraterrestrial.
He out of space.
Through the changes, York was
he was Andre 1000
to ask questions, but we didn't want to seem like we're challenging his authority or his leadership. He was really good at creating these stories.
Hey y'all, this is these bitches. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Isn't that exactly what the fuck Tariq Nasheed does? Somebody tell me I'm lying. This is why you know whatever the fuck new this nigga creates, the followers go right along with it. They don't even question it. This nigga went from Nubian to cowboy to Indian to spaceman.
Pirate.
What the fuck has Tariq done? The exact same damn thing. This nigga went from doing a documentary about Haiti to saying he hate Haitians. And that's a lot of hate. When you hate Haitians, that's like assassination. That's like two asses. Hate Haitis from Haiti. Hate Haitians from Haiti. Tariq Nasheed went from a pimp. Tariq Nasheed, whatever the fuck he decides to be, FBA, whatever the fuck he decides to be, the group follows along with it. That's exactly what this man is. This nigga done went from every member of motherfucking
the parliament.
He done went from every member of the niggas say YMCA.
Got it.
What was the name of that damn group? I forgot the name of that group.
Village people.
He literally was every member in that group. It's a fireman, a policeman, an alien.
Indian.
He was an Indian.
Construction worker.
The village
that
people.
It made sense in the moment.
York eventually.
That's a player outfit right there. Not gonna lie. I'd have settled on that one too. Yes. I'd have settled on that one.
He settles on an Egyptian motif and names his Georgia compound Tamaray.
Tamaray.
It's an unexpected site in the middle of rural Georgia.
He started building elaborate fake pyramids and
this nigga was down here building all kind of shit in Georgia. I'm gonna go. I know. I'm pretty sure they tore all this shit down. This nigga was building a space in the middle of Georgia. He like young Pharaoh. She broke my man. She broke my man. Really, young Pharaoh said she broke my mans. You know I love my mans. He done built several of these damn things. And why the fuck Dr. Umar ain't finished with the school if this nigga could build all this?
Sphinx.
Their philosophy and polytheism and a belief in
Play every
UFOs.
style of Wu-Tang Clan.
Right. This is amazing.
If you were coming into Putnam County on Georgia Highway 142,
that Lexor copied them.
Pyramids out there in the middle of a cow pasture. It looked like a cheap amusement park.
He said like a cheap amusement park.
Have you seen their property out there?
Oh, I've seen it.
What do you think?
I think it's kind of strange.
Once they started building statues and the pyramids and were expecting
Al Sharpton
start to build concern within the community.
Al Sharpton was with him.
Real nation. Our own nation.
He got his own money. He like Prince Hakeem. And when I say he got his own money, I mean the brother got his own money.
I recall receiving phone calls from people up north. They would say, my son or daughter's joined this cult down there, and every time I call down there, they won't let me talk to him or her.
But no one tells us what to do but us.
There's armed guards at the gates with guns, and they won't allow me access.
When I went by there one morning, they're marching around with guns, and I just don't think that's the thing to have.
When you're met with armed individuals who claim that they're not subject to your laws, armed conflict is usually instantaneous.
In America, you have freedom of assembly, you have freedom of speech, freedom of religious beliefs.
To me, it seems like they're trying to take over.
They had security guards.
Hey, listen, if y'all will watch this closely, for me, if y'all could just do me a favor, just watch this closely. It seemed like the only people got a problem with this these white people. I'm sorry, white people. It seemed like y'all the only motherfuckers got a problem with this. And I don't know, it's all these black folks, and it seems like they're doing all right by themselves. And you white people got a problem with these niggas seem to be living and loving themselves. And y'all know what they use to break that up. This man done built up 400 acres, got these white people upset. They got their own running water, their own electricity, they cultural appropriating the hell out of shit. I don't know.
Guard people from not coming onto the property, but we were not behind a gate with a lock and key.
See?
We were built up mentally believing that we couldn't leave, we shouldn't leave. We're sacrificing for the greater good. We're sacrificing for the future.
See this shit? They weren't locked in a gate.
Tom Ray. Not even York's closest followers are aware of new horrors that are unfolding.
One morning I was cleaning up and I heard the door fly open. And I saw one of my co-wife's daughters. She was crying and she was hysterical. She was screaming in Arabic that Baba's was in my mouth, Baba's was in my mouth. She was only 5. 5?
So let me get it straight. This 5-year-old was able to describe it by this word at 5 and ran in to tell you, not her mom, you. This 5-year-old ran in. And of course, what do you think she did? Go on, I'm gonna look at the comment section. What do you think she did? When the 5-year-old ran in and said, Baba's dick was in my mouth. Baba Lou. And if I was them niggas, I guess I'd make these hoes call me Baba too. If I realize they do anything, they fuck up their whole life for you. You they king, you they God, then I'd make them call me that shit too. Guess what she did? Let's see.
I have never to this day seen anybody that hysterical. She was hyperventilating, she couldn't catch her breath, and she was crying. I held her and I calmed her down, and it was heartbreaking. And I wanted to protect her, but I couldn't. I thought about.
I held her, I calmed her down. I wanted to protect her, but somehow I couldn't. I think I am gonna start my own, Gavin. Give me some hoes that appreciate it. You held this girl, patted her on the back. And sent her on her way. Again,
I'm sure
this
she
is a
said
place
a
where
prayer.
there are no gates. There's no bills and no gates. Leave whenever you want. There's no Henrys, there's no Lewis, and there's no gates.
If he's doing that with her, who else is he doing that with?
He was doing it with you, bitch.
This didn't make any sense to me. Everything I had believed was a lie. And that night I had this dream that I was around my family, my mother, my cousin.
There they go with that fake ass crying. Bitches love crying when they did nothing.
After Ruby Gardner,
even they cut this bitch off.
Leader Dwight York has sexually molested a 5.
Y'all see how they cut her off?
She decides to leave the Georgia compound.
I got whatever belongings I had. I didn't have much stuff. He would not see me after that moment because I'm sure he knew that I knew.
York does not physically stop his followers from leaving, but he does brainwash them into believing that they cannot survive on the outside.
Only hoes get brainwashed.
So although they're free to leave the compound at any time, they are paralyzed with fear.
Fear of what? Do y'all understand? Here's another one. Same thing what happened to Danny Masterson. Danny Masterson, they claimed they were afraid of him. Danny Masterson was an actor and not a very good one. He wasn't a thug. He wasn't a gangster. He wasn't known to carry guns. He wasn't known to whoop people's ass. Yet what do women always say? Well, I was afraid. So you packed up, you saw him rape a 5-year-old, you packed your shit up and left. Left the 5-year-old.
For those that are brave enough to leave, the fastest way off the compound is to hitch a ride on a van carrying books and materials to one of York's satellite offices up north.
When I left, I was crying because this is someplace I thought I could live the rest of my life and it would be better than, you know, everything out here.
Better than being with your mama in New York?
As we're going down the hill, rolling out to the gates, I thought about the little girl. I said, I left her there. What's going to happen to her and who else he's doing stuff to?
Ruby leaves the compound, but she never goes to the police. She was absolutely too frightened to go. The image.
And here's my problem. They never say these bitches are what? Complicit. Accessories. After the fact. Accessory up to the beginning. Because remember, you saw him, you heard about him raping a 15 or 16-year-old, remember? You still did nothing. So you witnessed all these things. You knew they were happening. So you should be, some of the cases should be, you were accessory after the fact. Some of them you should be complicit. Why do they never charge women with these? They never charge women with these crimes. Women will know that the man that they're in a relationship with is raping their child. They still won't get charged with shit. I knew I did, but I just, I saw him do it. But you didn't do anything. Well, I was scared. Scared of what? There's no gates. He doesn't stop you. He don't threaten any of your lives. There's just no threats he's ever given to any of y'all. Y'all just some broke ass hoes that need somewhere to live. And that's the worst part about it. You be one of these niggas, you let these broke ass bitches come live with you because they don't have no motherfucking where to go. Then all of a sudden, you still the bad guy. Well, go home and be with your mama. Oh, your mama didn't give a fuck. That's how you ended up on my compound. Where your dad at? Oh, he didn't give a shit. Well, that nigga you lost your virginity to. Oh, he couldn't help you? Huh.
Of the hysterical 5-year-old haunts her for years to come.
I was riddled with guilt. I just felt detached from everything, from reality.
All right, Jim Carrey. She was riddled with guilt.
There was definitely a level of nonchalantness in sexual activities that was going on.
Where's Val Kilmer when you need him?
It wasn't so covert. It was very out there. It got to the point where girls were coming to Georgia and someone would come to them and say, you have 2 weeks to be in your bed, and if you don't want to go in his bed, you're going to get kicked out.
He's right. If you came down to Georgia to live in his house, he gave you more time than I would have. 2 weeks. You done came from New York, stay down here, and 2 weeks. let you just walk around the compound for 2 weeks? You swear it was Dougie Fresh and the Slick Rick show. Soon as you come through the gate, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, or get the hell on, ha on, ha on, ha on. You swore it was Houdini up in there. 4 minutes left. You came here to this here place to have my dick right in your face because this jam here is our showstopper. You supposed to be here being a pussy popper. I'm gonna set the record straight and I want some here when you come through the gate. From the bottom to the top, top to the bottom. 1 minute left. Boom, 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 boom. Hell no. Oh, I'm going to hell for this one.
For a while, York tries to maintain some secrecy around his sex crimes. But as the years pass, his deviant behavior becomes harder to hide from the outside world.
The first information that York was molesting children came to me from medical professionals in the area who finally felt obligated to tell me that very young women that came from the Milwaukee compound were having babies.
We had allegations regarding sexual exploitation of children. We wanted to get in there, but FBI's hands were tied in so many ways because of what happened in Waco and Ruby Ridge.
What happened at Waco and Ruby Ridge make it really difficult for the FBI to pursue an investigation against Dwight York without eyewitness proof of the crimes. They've got to build a rock-solid case against him if they're going to raid the compound.
The turning point for the investigation comes when Sheriff Howard Sills gets a call from Dwight York's son, Jacob, who left the cult a decade earlier after becoming disillusioned with his father's teachings.
Jacob York wanted to meet with me to tell me what was really going on. So I said, fine, I'll meet you at the FBI office in Atlanta in the morning at 9 o'clock. We go into the FBI office. He sits down in the office with myself and FBI agents and begins to tell us the whole story of York, that he was routinely having sex with underage girls.
Damn, his own son told on him.
That he was on the third generation of doing that with girls. And I basically said, well, you know, I want to talk to one of these women this happened to. He said, sure, one of them's in the car, I'll go get her now.
Detectives interview this former cult member for several hours. She then provides the names of more women that want to come forward.
When one person would come forward, it would give somebody else the courage to come forward. So we would constantly get a phone call and they would say, hey, I'm a victim and I want to talk. I'm ready. I want you to hear my story.
One witness would lead to the next in terms of identifying victims. In the end, we identified and interviewed at least 40 victims.
At this point, York's cult has been in Georgia for about 7 years. Now, at its height, there were a couple of hundred people living on the compound and about 40 women in his inner circle. By the year 2000, about a third of the women in his inner circle have decided to leave, and Nikki is one of them.
When I was in my early 20s, I started seeing the patterns of certain things. I started recognizing the girls and boys that he was molesting were getting younger in age. 7 and 12 and 11, when I started seeing some of the younger children complain about it, it started to remind me of how miserable I was when things started happening to me. Being in a space that's supposed to be holy and pure and protected and happy.
Where's your mom? Culpability in this.
Getting worse and worse. And I was scared to leave because I'm not going to be protected. I don't know anything on the outside. But some parts of me was like, I'm willing to.
I was scared to leave because he was taking care of me. And y'all know she doesn't blame her mom for any of this. I was scared to leave this grown ass man because I didn't know who's gonna take care of me. But your mom was one of his wives. Am I wrong? Am I wrong here how the mom gets no culpability in this at all? The mom who brought you to this man, still no beef with your mom. And you can't leave this compound because you can't go to your mom. Wow.
You can't leave the threshold. You
Said
cannot
no beef,
leave the
nigga.
threshold.
No beef.
Nigga, meet the motherfucking threshold, nigga. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about meeting the threshold.
Years in York's cult, Nikki finally decided.
There's a mama right there. Mama was beautiful.
Nikki faces a lot of pressure to stay.
You said, love, baby,
What?
huh?
What you say?
No, I'm laughing at love, baby. She said it's not funny, but she laughing.
Oh.
He a damn fool. I can't take him nowhere.
Both from York and from her own mother, who's not interested in leaving the cult. Nikki has no family on the outside to help her, but a former cult
The
member
only
living in
reason why law
Atlanta
enforcement was
offers
so
her
invested because they wanted all that land back.
Yes. Yep. And this was a free land grab for them.
Seized it.
Say a mom would not want to leave. Her mom, and you had no other family, nowhere else. So your mom was your only family. Got it. So that looked like your grandma right there.
York is not happy with Nikki's decision to leave. So to save face, he announces that he's kicking Nikki out and he arranges a car to drive her to Atlanta.
She asked to leave. He took her out.
Love and feel like this is it. If I'm gonna die, then at least I made that one thing that
I'm gonna die.
My own, because I didn't have
to
choice. I had to do what I was told the whole time.
You grown.
After Nikki leaves, she decides to cooperate with the FBI.
Hold on a second, y'all. Let's see if we can make. How many of y'all out here? If y'all could do me a favor, put in the comment section how old were you when you were told get the fuck out, or not even told get the fuck out. You got the fuck out. How old were you?
18.
You know what, ma'am? Let me put the big camera on.
You can't leave the threshold. You cannot leave the threshold. Nigga, meet the motherfucking threshold, nigga. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about meeting the threshold.
Oh shit.
That's right.
Oh, my mom and my stepdad. 18 years. When I got the fuck out, I had no parachute. I had nowhere to go. Nobody was trying to take care of me. I didn't have no aunt, no cousins. I had nobody to go to. As a matter of fact, you bitch, I used to stay on campus. I snuck in the dorm in the summertime, and they turned all the heat off and everything because you didn't have really like summer courses. The summer courses, there was only but certain dorms that were open. The other ones, they were not. They were supposed to close. Well, I stuck my ass into the dorm and stayed there because I didn't want to go back home. I was 18. You know what I ate for the entire summer?
Tuna fish and potatoes.
Anytime I could get some fucking food from somewhere, somebody would give me some on campus, or I would go in and steal from the Z6 is what they call it, the place where you eat. There's a lunchroom. I would steal from there. And most of the time, I was eating the batter from the Jiffy bread. Whole summer, waiting for school to start back so I can get the three meals a day. Why is it we gotta feel bad for this bitch Because I've had to live here with them. Bitch, you knew how to be grown, though. If you were helping take care of this man, you know what you can take care of? Yourself. Somebody tell me I'm lying. If you can help take care of this man, you can help, you know how to take care of yourself. While you were living with that man, he wasn't taking care of you. He was fucking a bunch of hoes. So guess what? You had to learn a trade. You had to cook, clean, and all that shit for yourself. No, I wasn't sad. I don't even want nobody to feel bad for me about that. I did what I did. This man gave you a ride out. You want to act like you don't know how to live. You crying because you had to be on your own and you were extra grown. You weren't kind of grown. You weren't 15. You weren't 12. You weren't 19. You were 23.
What the hell?
$23 years old. They just cut Trey Lance.
Did they?
He 23. 23. And you act like you were ill prepared to live on your own.
Trey Lance at a house.
Women. When's the last time you heard a 23-year-old man cry because he was told to get out of his house at 23? Come on. Somebody tell me, when's the last time you heard a man crying because he was told to get out of his house at 23? A house he said that he didn't like living in.
Well, you must not know CM hate, but that's a different story, Tommy. I'll fill you in later.
A house he said that was hell. I know bitches done bought houses at 23. Motherfuckers on their 5th, 6th business at 23.
On the case they are building against York.
Nikki was a very important part of our investigation.
I'm doing my free trial.
This was a way of her saying, you know, I want to help make this right. I can't take back what happened to them, but maybe I can help stop it from happening to other children.
There you go. You walk straight out of the compound.
Among the over 40 victims who speak with the FBI. With this testimony in hand.
You know why she went to the FBI? Because when you asked to leave, he said fine.
Wanted to fight? She wanted to fight?
He even had someone take you where you wanted to go. He did not stop you. He didn't try. He said, since you want to go, ma'am, bye. He said, since you want to get up out of here, go right on ahead. He didn't stop you. He said bye.
After Nikki leaves, she decides to cooperate with the FBI on the case they are building against York.
Nikki was a very important part of our investigation. This was a way of her saying, you know, I want to help make this right. I can't take back what happened to them, but maybe I can help stop it from happening to other children.
Nikki is among the over 40 victims who speak with the FBI. With this testimony in hand, the agency develops their plan to take down York.
The law enforcement in Georgia didn't want to have a repeat of Wade, though. So there was a lot of concern about how they were going to deal with Dwight York.
This was Blato.
We received information over the years that he had a stockpile of weapons. We were concerned about a shootout. We all concluded that it would be best to stockpile away from
9 guns.
Compound.
On May 8, 2002, York's black vehicle pulls out of Tomaray's gates.
Joan and I walked into the.
You said they didn't have no gates.
And two of our bosses walked out from the back room, and they said, "Hey, y'all, do you know that your target is moving?"
When York's vehicle pulls out of his compound, he is unaware that FBI agents are trailing him.
We learned from radio communication that his vehicle had pulled into a parking lot of a grocery store. The SWAT team was there and the arrest teams. Our job was to make sure we could identify him. He got out of the vehicle with the female and was going into the grocery store. It was at that point we see the arrest go down.
When York was arrested,
Pastor,
go ahead for the rest of the SWAT team to go enter the compound.
The sheriff led the convoy. We busted through the gates, just drove right through.
There wasn't no gates.
Like she sounded like she proud of this.
There were FBI agents rappelling down from the helicopters.
Just drove right through.
It was a tactical assault. There's no other word for it.
My immediate reaction was to pray. I prayed for myself and everybody else to make it home.
Apparently, he was a musician too.
I bet he was.
Having collected evidence from over 40 molestation victims, the FBI arrests cult leader Dwight York on May 8, 2002. With York now in custody, the FBI storms his compound.
How did I miss out? I guess I was in the
The
midst
raid
of
was a show of force involving hundreds of local and federal officers.
As the deputies swarmed in, we created a big perimeter. We had everybody in handcuffs within 15 minutes.
But of course, order has been willfully violated. Can any of you explain that?
I was elated that we had done this without anybody getting hurt.
I don't think that any type of raid of this magnitude could have been pulled off any smoother than this. I remember thinking, you know what? This is going to happen. We are going to prove this case. We are going to get some closure for so many victims.
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty? Did anybody force you or threaten you in any way to charge you with this guilty?
York pleads guilty in state court to 74 counts of child molestation. Then he pleads guilty in federal court to the interstate transportation of minors for criminal sexual activity, conspiracy, and racketeering.
Now, he's expected to receive a 15-year sentence for his plea bargain, but the judge ultimately rejects that and sends the case to trial.
York absolutely did not want to go to trial because all his secrets would come out and all the sexual deviance over the last,
Now, why didn't they do that shit to Jerry? Why didn't they do that shit to Jerry? So they got this man to plead guilty to all that shit because they told him he'd get 15 years. He said, fine, I did it. The judge sees the plea and say, no. Nope.
It's a whole bunch of videos.
So the judge didn't say that about Jeffrey Epstein's first plea, where all he got was probation. Jeffrey Epstein, for those of you who don't know, you can go look it up. Jeffrey Epstein was facing life in prison the first time he got caught. He was facing life in prison. He got a deal.
I ain't got to do weekend
to where he was on probation.
Got to do weekend time.
Jared had 15 victims. He did 14 years.
Not even a year for every victim.
or he's going to do 14 years. But this man signed for a 15-year deal, go and plead guilty to all this stuff, and then they turn around and say, nope, but we got you saying you're guilty, but we won't make you go to trial now. Woo! You gotta love it.
A decade or so would come out, and that was the last thing that he wanted.
There was an outstanding motion in the Georgia Supreme Court.
It was during the trial that Nikki and the other victims were called to testify. And several of them went on the stand and told their story right in front of Dwight. York was sitting right there at the defense table.
Where was he supposed to be sitting, ma'am?
I hadn't seen him in 3 years. And actually it was kind of liberating because I felt like he can't tell me anything. He can't make me do anything. That was the first time of me getting my power back.
Hold on, y'all. I want to make sure that somebody in the comment section said different set of judges back then. Sir,
2002.
while you're talking, you need to go look up Jeffrey Epstein's first time it happened to him when he got that plea deal. When you say it's a different set of judges back then, the first one he got was in, I think, 2002. This happened in 2003. What do you mean back then? These two situations happened nearly at the same time. What do you mean back then? Help me out. I want to make sure I know what back then means. You said different set of judges back then. I know I'm way in front of y'all, but the brother in the comment section, our sister said, oh, that was a different set of judges back then. You mean at the same time? Let me see. This was 2004. This happened in 2004. Jeffrey Epstein plea deal.
Yep, we still up.
2004, 2008. I guess in 4 years, the judges got real tough. It was a different set of judges back then. Well, yeah, of course, it's going to be different district courts. And they slapped him on the wrist, and he said the sex scandal with him having sex with the 16-year-old girls did wonders for his career. This is what he said. I know you got all kind of excuses, but my point is, you said different set of judges back then. Well, when did Jared get his plea deal, where he only had to serve 14 years for 15 years for 14 victims? One person's connected. You know the right person. Fuck his race, because remember, white dude might have the same problem. His name is Epstein. He don't see himself as what y'all see him as. Number one. Number two, Epstein had a lot of money. And it's sad that you got a lot of people doing a lot of years right now simply because they don't have a lot of money. I'm going to put the story up on the website. There's a guy in Atlanta, Georgia, who has spent the last 10 years in jail, has not been tried yet. He's been in jail for 10 years, waiting on a trial.
Fast trial, speedy trial.
Not been tried and convicted. He's been in jail for 10 years for a crime he said he did not commit. They have failed to try him. Gary said, not different judges, just two different laws, black and white. Because when I look at when I look at Hyde, the guy I did the story about last night, that guy's pretty white. That guy got screwed. Now, he not rich like that, but he surely got screwed. 30 years to life, no evidence. Wow.
York is found guilty on 11 of the 13 counts and sentenced to the maximum prison term for each conviction.
There's really no explanation that I can give of the joy that I felt when the guilty verdicts came down. York is currently serving a 135-year federal prison sentence on lockdown for 23 hours a day. He has exhausted all of his appeals, and that's where he will remain. Justice had been served for these victims.
What that sentence does
on lockdown,
some money that if I could see him today, I would.
So here's what we're saying. The mother got away with it scot-free. The people who watched it happen got away with it scot-free. He got 135 years and he's doing time at a supermax prison for 135 years. And he's on lockdown 23 out of 24 hours a day. And people think this is okay. 23 out of 24 hours a day, he's just locked in a room. He's just locked in a room for 23 out of 24
punishment.
hours.
It ain't supposed to be glamorous. It's punishment.
I get jail, I get prison, but locking a man in a room, what's the point? And remember, you're doing all this in the United States justice system where we've seen several things overturned because we were wrong. So what we do is try to just be cruel to the people. It's the fact that so many of y'all live in the world and y'all just see this going on and nobody says a word. They're just being cruel now. And again, we know that there are people in jail and in prison that did not do it.
It could have been death by firing squad.
So they're doing.
So our system is let's be cruel to the.
Right, you could have been sentenced to the guillotine. Then
Gulag.
Like, after your head's in the basket, like they go back and say you didn't do it. It's no. It could be worse. This is all I'm saying. It could be worse. Go back and he found him innocent. He just had a little isolation. He got a little PTSD. At least he still got his head.
These people.
Harsh criminal.
135-year federal prison sentence on lockdown for 23 hours a day. He has exhausted all of his appeals, and that's where he will remain. Justice had been served for these victims.
what that sentence does too is assures these people that they can now walk with their head high, pursue their dreams. And, you know, if he'd have gotten 20 years or something like that, I'm just not sure if they would have had that same sense of security.
If I could see him today, I would say, apologize, because you caused damage to people. You caused so much damage to people. That experience has affected every relationship I've tried to have in my life. It took me a long time to even admit that I was in a cult. It took me a long time to say that word, to say I was in a cult. I say community all the time. It's an acceptance thing. It's just something you have to be truthful to yourself about, you know, that, yeah, I was in a cult. I joined a cult.
I believed in that cult, you know.
But her mother doesn't have to take any
I thought that
responsibility.
York was a savior. I thought he was the next prophet to this planet. But then I found out that he was nothing but a glorified pedophile.
And y'all glorified.
Advantage of our work, our bodies, our minds. Father of civilization, God of the universe. He had us fooled. He never cared about us. Now that he's in prison, he's living how he forced us to live while he took advantage of us. He doesn't get to have the last say in that.
So, however, followers of York still exist. Says, with York now in prison for life, the Nubian cult has been dismantled. However, followers of York still exist, small numbers. Like,
dun, dun, dun.
I don't know, Brooks. I might be able to. I would judge dozing off. I may have about
Brother
30
Polight.
more minutes in me.
Another person who used to be a follower of his is the man who used to go around hollering the black woman is God, young Pharaoh. All of these men found solace in this man and his teachings. But what's sad is how this happens, and so many of these women get away with it. You said you thought he cared about you.
Pharaoh, Polight.
Did you not think your mom cared?
Locking him in solitary confinement will suppress his business-like mind. He can't share how he was able to organize Black people.
Thank you. Because listen to this, and I want all y'all to hear me. Even if he did all that stuff and he's horrible, he's a horrible person. Let me explain to y'all something that the United States government does, and somebody tell me if I'm lying. What the United States will do is if you're a horrible person, but you have a skill, they will bring you in and let you use that skill. They will use you to let you use that skill. Somebody tell me I'm lying. That's what the United States government will do.
Yeah, you teaching.
You will have a skill. You will be a horrible person, but you will have a skill. You know what they'll do? They will bring you in like they did the Nazis. They'll bring you in like they did murderers when they helped them become when they helped the burgeoning profilers industry. It is what they do. So you take out the fuck shit he did. Black people should be able to study him on the other shit, right? Or somebody tell me if I'm lying. Right, hackers, same thing. Soon, is black folks will be able to find out, hey, how were you able to get all these people and buy that land? What did you do to buy that land?
Cash.
We want to get some non-pedos to buy some land. Somebody said pedos. Nice 17. Yeah, they actually do. You said pedos though? Yeah, they actually do talk to pedos as well. Why do you think you have all these books written on them? Where do you think they got the information from, ma'am or sir? Y'all be killing me. Y'all the same people who study animals and you can't talk to them. Y'all the same people who study the life of bees and they don't talk to you. Pedos, though. If I'm not mistaken, white people study everything. Somebody tell me when I'm lying. White people study everything. Good, bad, or indifferent. They study it all.
York had a whole lot of real estate in Bushwick, Brooklyn, and gave it up to move to Macon, GA, and had over 100 children.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's a thing they don't do. You said, why do you think there's a trick story time? I don't think there's a thing that they have not studied. It doesn't matter what it is, they are going to study it. They want to understand it. That you throw the baby out with the bathwater. Have y'all noticed that, black people? Y'all are the only people that's got to throw everything out. When y'all dislike one thing about something, you throw it all out. And they've told you that. They pitted you against your own. They pitted you against knowledge. They pitted you against understanding, black folks. That's why they say things to you like that. Oh, that person did that. Throw it all out. That person said that. Throw it all out. Get rid of them. There's nothing you can learn from them now.
They ain't doing it with wine.
That guy's a coon. Can't learn anything from a coon. That guy's a fag. Can't learn anything from a fag. That guy's a whatever it is. They get you with that one. And black folks are constantly throwing shit out that white people then turn around like the trash in your yard. How many of y'all know if you got old credit cards and shit like that, what do you got to do with your credit card? Well, you got to shred it. What you got to do with your credit card bill? Well, you got to shred it. Because when you throw your shit out, what does the guy do when they come pick up your trash?
Mm-hmm.
What happens? Well, that serial killer has figured out how to use your trash. What? Hold on, Biz. Me and you cool. But I want y'all to see what Biz said. And no offense, let y'all see.
Sadly, law enforcement knew a mind like his couldn't be controlled, so they don't have a need for him. By him molesting children, they were able to use that as the reason to suppress his thought processes.
I just want to tell y'all, and the only reason I'm saying it is because you talk directly to me. So I'm going to talk directly to you. That is a stupid ass comparison, what you just made. That is a stupid ass fucking comparison. I'm going to say it because you said that about me. Yeah, but I'm definitely okay with throwing out pedos. This is the same logic of not telling on Uncle Pedo because he helps the family. When the fuck, I want someone to tell me, when the fuck did I say don't tell on him? When the fuck did I say he shouldn't be in jail? Please, somebody tell me, when the fuck did I say, let's not say he did what he did? Please tell me. I might have missed it. And if I said it, I'd like to apologize since a motherfucker addressed me like I said that. Please, one person tell me. I will apologize to all y'all. Tell me when the fuck I said that. Help me out. Tell me where it sounded like I said that. Tell me where it sounded like I said, oh, well, nothing should happen to him because he's a pedo, because we can learn something from him. We can learn how to build land. Tell me where I said that at. I want somebody right now. I'm going to wait. Tell me where the fuck I said that. Because I don't like people playing with my motherfucking words. I don't like people playing with me. I don't like people playing with my reputation. Thank you. I said study the nigga on how he got them dead out of that land so somebody else can get the land without being a pedo. That's what I said. You ain't got to let this nigga out of jail. You ain't got to let him out of confinement. But he should be able to be talked to. You should be able to go see how the fuck you did that, sir. How did you get all these people? How did you get all this land? Where did you get that at? He should be listened to. And then I gave all those examples of other people who they brought in. They didn't get rid of their sentence. Abagnale still went to jail.
Choking.
Somebody even brought up Hannibal Lecter. They didn't let him out of jail. I don't remember this. They studied Hannibal Lecter. From where? From jail. I said serial killers, profilers. The burgeoning field of profilers, they talk to serial killers. That's what the fuck I said. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't say they let serial killers out. How the fuck you study them by letting them out? They don't study animals by letting them out. Right, the Iceman killer stayed doing interviews. What the fuck?
Iceman killer, never heard of him for my time. Ladies and gentlemen, my ass is sleepy. It's like another 2 hours and 5 minutes of this. We're going to get to the rest of it tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I'm sleepy. I don't even think I'm playing no music on the way out. Gabriel, any last words?
Peace.
I gotta do Birthday Girl Part 2 today.
Have fun. Happy
All
birthday.
right, people. See y'all later.
See ya. Thank you, everybody.